We live, baby. We live. We live, baby. We lit. What's really good, family tree? Welcome to another edition of Titans TV. Callum L's thoughts. Yeah, buddy. If you're new to the channel, stay subscribed. We've got loads of great shows coming up. But right now, hit up the like button for those guys who are returning. I'm doing a reaction to some of the comments in the comment section. On my last video, I realized that I have to use PC terms now. So the last video was entitled, let's just say the Islamic Prophet Muhammad was not a PDF file. Danger of misinformation. That was the last video. I thought it was really good. I didn't want to give too much information out on that particular channel because I really wanted to arouse, especially my African Muslims to kind of come on and, and even other Muslims to come on. It could be Shia Muslims, could be Quranist Muslims. It could be all different types of Muslims. I really wanted even Hanafi Muslims to actually just come on and give another perspective on Islam, because right now, I'll be real with you. The Muslim Da'i in the UK, and it seems like in the America YouTube TikTok scene, are just being decimated. Absolutely decimated by Christians. Like, oh my, how the tables have turned. And so it's incredible to watch, and I've been watching this type of rhetoric and polemics and apologetics for years now. Like, obviously I've got my own personal thoughts, but I keep quiet because it's nothing really to do with me too much, unless I'm here to probe and ask questions. Because you guys know, if you come on Titans TV, this is the home of the conscious community, right? I couldn't care less of what faction you are from, and I genuinely believe that our subscribers, they're of that same ilk as me, where we are critical thinkers. I don't care if, for example, I'm a Christian. I don't care if another Christian comes on. If they're talking rubbish, I'll tell them that they're talking rubbish. That's the type of people we are. We're not here to take sides or nothing like that. The only thing that we care about is the truth. That's Titans TV for you. So we welcome, freedom of speech. That's something else, another value that we stand for. We welcome conversations. We welcome discussions, because at the end of the day, usually when the Titans come on or people come on to present information, we debate them straight away afterwards, because that's what we're here for. Critical thinking. So let's get this in. So family tree, if you can, please hit up the like button from now. Jeez, man, Riggs, Mr. Riggs, Terry Riggs is up in the building. So yeah, hit up the like button and let's get the numbers up, right? Because I'm going to get really into this. I've been promising myself to be more consistent in this. So yeah, right now, let's get into this. Let's get into this. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. So let's go into this one. So here we go over here. Oh, I had it pulled up earlier on. So yeah, there we go. No, where are you? There we go. I like this comment because we had a nice interaction. So I just wanted to bring up this one. And then again, sorry, forgive me, family. I have a link to send out after this. I'm just going to give a short sermon, so to speak, and then afterwards I'm going to send out the link because I want you guys to come on. We can have a discussion, and if you want to debate as well, god damn, you can come on and debate. But I would love to have a discussion with you guys, and I would love again for the different factions or groups to come on and have conversations with each other. Like, that's what we're here for. I'm here to facilitate that. So anyways, let's go into this. So this was a good person here. We had a nice exchange. Ashantia says here, I was wondering, how is he going to make this argument? I guess throwing the hadith under the bus is the way to go. Using that West Africans use in Islam over what the Arabs who started the religion is disingenuous. I said, okay. I like you. You're making a great point, by the way. You're making a great point because, West Africans. What does that have to do with, a religion that Arabs, created or invented, right? That was a great point. So I actually applauded that comment in my heart. Anyway, I applauded that comment because that was like I can tell, that's more like an intellectual person talking there than this the normal nonsense that you hear in the comment section. So I thought that definitely deserves, some form of interaction by me. I said here, the problem with what you're saying is that Bukhari is not an Arab but a European, and Imam Malik, the Maliki school, is an actual Arab from Medina that West Africans adhere to. To explain all the intricacies is long. I just wish that African Muslims would stand up and tell their narrative, because the Islam that you see on the internet is not representative of the whole Muslim world. And again, I'm going to say this, definitely speaking. Yeah, definitely. The Islam that most people get to see at Speaker's Corner, that there is an absolute craziness, right? The Islam that you guys see with most of, these Muslim speakers, it's not really. And I'm going to explain that a little bit further on, right? I'm going to explain it because it's really not. And I think Christians as well have made caricatures of these Muslims, and it's funny. I laugh at it all the time because this is just wildness that you get to see, and you think to yourself, these people have no two brain cells to rub against each other. So anyways, cool. Let's get back into this. It says here, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I learned something. I hope you know your argument it's not the majority view. Interesting. You use the rejected gospel of Thomas, which most Christians can explain why they reject it. That scripture appeared much later than the other gospels and is very reasonable to reject it. Your reason for rejecting hadith is subjective and a minority view in Islam, so it's not the same. Cool. I love that. So now what I'm going to do is just to show you that no, you guys have got it twisted. You guys have got it twisted. As I said, what you're seeing on social media is actually the minority view. They just seem to be the loudest voices right now. Okay? That is all. And the caricature that you've made out of Muslims is based upon these Muslims that really don't have brain cells. Okay? So let's actually go into something now. I'm going to go into and educate you guys on madhabs. Okay? So, and I did bring this up in the last one. Okay? And I was speaking just to show you something, that these are the minority, right? And I'm going to go use Wikipedia for you. And I know some people would complain, like, Callum, we're so used to, seeing books and PDFs and so forth, right? Yeah, that's cool. And that I'm personally, I'm really not in that frame of mind like that anymore to be doing all of that stuff for you. I just want to keep it very simple so that the layman who's watching this maybe for the first time or whatever the case is can follow along, and they themselves can literally do their research, go on Wikipedia and do it. Okay. But let me just speak to those who are a little bit higher than that and just say, we do have the books. So I don't know, right now you can see, what's this called? The Four Imams. Okay. And their school, Abu Hanifa, Malik, Al-Shafi, Ahmed, by Jibril Faroud, Haddad. Yeah. So, real scholarly books and stuff. So, I'm just going to show you that just because I'm going through Wikipedia, it doesn't mean that I don't possess the books or have the knowledge on these particular topics. It's just easier this way. Like, everybody can get a handle of it. Because if I start bringing out books like this, which, you lot definitely can't get your hands on, it's like, what's the point? What's the point of me doing that? So let me do this. Okay, cool. So over here, it talks about the 4 different madhabs. Okay, so, and this is Islamic jurisprudence. This is how the methodology that, different groups of Muslims use in order to interpret the Quran, etc., to come to their legal understanding of the world. Okay, so you got the Hanafi, the Maliki, the Shafi'i, and the Hanbali. What you don't realize, okay, as I said before, you've got the Muslims at Speaker's Corner, and other places, that's the only voices you hear are actually from the Hanbali school or offshoots of the Hanbali school. You have not heard other Muslims talk. The other Muslims you did hear talk, who rejected the Aisha hadith and rejected the Bukhari books and on a whole Bukhari gate, is people like Mufti Abu Layth al-Maliki, yeah, in the UK. Where is he from? Birmingham, them sides. He came out, he done a whole talk on that, right? Somehow, I don't know why you lot didn't listen to him at the time, but you didn't listen to him. Well, never mind. Okay. But I'm going to show you that these people are the minority, not the majority. And you've got it twisted. Cool. So anyways, Wikipedia yet again. The Hanbali school, or Hanbalism, is one of the four major schools of Islamic jurisprudence within Sunni Islam. It's named after and based on the teachings of the 9th century scholar, jurist, and traditionalist Ahmed ibn Hanbal, and later institutionalized by his students. It is the smallest and adheres the most strictly to the traditionalist school of theology out of the four major Sunni schools, the others being Hanafi, Maliki, and Shafi'i schools. Okay? So again, the minority is what you have characterized as being the majority when they are not. I am not saying this, okay? You can blame it on Wikipedia for saying it even, okay? It's not me saying this. They are the minority. I remember showing you guys the map. Let's go back here. I showed you guys the map. This is, over here, this is the key right here of Hanafi, Hanbali, Maliki, Shafi'i, all the different schools of thoughts within inside of Islam. And I was speaking specifically about West Africa and Central Africa in the last one, because as I said, these are the people that I care about. Okay? These are the people over here that I care about, because they don't speak this talk about PDF. Okay? But they're being characterized as such, and I fear for them. I don't think you lot understand how much I fear for this group of people when it comes to this whole far right uprising, because people like Tommy Robinson and others and far right individuals and people who are Islamophobic or Christians who are whatever the case is, and using certain things against people to possibly build up a hatred of people, right? They experience Pakistani and pale Arab Muslims, right? That have that segregationist mentality, that have, hate the Christians and hate the Jews mentality. Whereas in Western Central Africa, that is not how, we growing up. Ask Christians, African Christians within Central West Africa, what are the relationship with people in the Gambia, in Senegal, in certain parts of Nigeria, in Ghana, Sierra Leone, what else? All these different places, right? There is a completely different Islam compared to what you experience here in Europe and experience in America. It's completely different. Okay. So as I stated, right? If you keep on reading the madhabs, you will realize that the Hanafi are the largest, right? As you can see here, all the green area that they take up. Then second is the Maliki, which is this area here. Then there's the Shafi'i, which is the third largest. And then you have right here in Saudi Arabia, this is the Hanbali and the offshoot sects such as Wahhabism and Salafism. That's these people. That's these people that you're learning about all the craziness from. Okay? That's all your Muhammad Hijabs, your Ali Dawas, your Adnan Rashids, your Mansours, your Hamzas. Who else? Who are all the other prominent figures at Speaker's Corner? All of them. That's your Sheikh Uthman. I don't know where he's from. That's America, so I don't even know too tough. But I'm pretty sure it's all that. Because that's where all the funding is coming from. All the money is coming from. So because they have the money and they have the funding, and because they even control, the holy area itself, okay, they are giving out dawah propaganda material to all over Europe, all into Africa and all into Asia. And they're slowly converting, these people of the different schools of thought into their school of thought, which is a very dangerous ideology. I was actually looking through online. Let me do this as well, actually. Let me go here. I'm not even going to go into Hanafism. I was going into Bukhari. Let's do this. Sahih Bukhari. What was very interesting, because other groups of people, such as the Russians, have cottoned on with these people. And guess what the Russians have done? Yeah? The Russians, on August the 29th, 2002, Ministry of Justice of the Russian Federation has included Sahih al-Bukhari into the federal list of extremist material, except containing surahs, ayahs, and quotes from the Quran, after the Supreme Court of Tatarstan supported blah 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 decision to recognize the Sahih as extremists with its appellate ruling of July 5th, 2022. Again, I'm trying to put you lot on game. Yeah, most of you, it will go over your head and you will continue to be haters. Okay, I know that already. But I need to put you lot on to game to understand. Especially Muslims need to actually understand, because as I've realized, I've seen family members, right, and friends, right, who have come over from Africa and other parts of the world, and they're Muslim. All they know is that they're Muslim. They don't know about fiqh. They don't know about aqidah. They don't know all the intricacies that only the scholastic community or those a bit above know. They don't know all that stuff. They just believe that they're Muslims. So what do? They go to their first mosque that's close to them, right? Believing, it's a continuation of what they experienced back home. Not knowing these mosques are funded, right, and controlled by the Saudis, who have a completely different ideology from you in West Africa. They turn on the TV to watch Al Jazeera and all these other Islamic programs because they want to learn their stuff. And they don't understand it's a completely different perverted ideology than what they're being used to. It's a shame. They turn on YouTube and what do they see also? All this, different ideology, like just mad ideology coming from over there, because that's where the money is at, and you don't even realize. And then even like the children, let's just say, they've now turned 18, they want to get to know their religion a bit more. Guess what? I want to study in the land of our beloved prophet. Unknowing to them, that land is controlled by the Saudis, the Wahhabis, the Salafis, which is a different ideology from what they've been used to in their home country. They learn from these institutions and they come back, misinform, miseducate, and poison the minds of their people. It is a disease. I'm telling you right now, it's a mad disease that's going to cause a lot of problems in Africa, and it's going to cause a lot of problems over here in the UK specifically. I know some of you are in different parts of Europe and America and Australia and Asia and so forth. I know, looking at the analytics, right? But I'm speaking specifically to do with the UK, because there's going to be a cultural clash that's been brewing up over the last 10 years. I've been of the last 7 years, I think I've observed it. 8 years I've observed it, right? And I'm like, wow. I'm seeing that it's going to just pop off. And unfortunately, our youths, and I'm talking specifically for African youths, yeah, they're going to be conscripted into this war unknowingly, to be on the, believing, yes, I'm on the right side. That's what they're going to believe. And then you're going to have, for example, my English men are going to be fighting against this atrocities that rightly so is being taken place by a certain community. But that certain community is going to use our black youths and our African youths, yeah, as, how can I put it, pawns or as buffers for them. And it's going to be a very sad time. Even in Croydon, I saw it. You know, the far right is coming. This far right is coming. The far right is coming. And, you know, I don't know if they reported it or not, but there was rioting going on. The same rioting that you see going on elsewhere. It was anti-protesters rioting and just messing up the area in Croydon. This is me. I've seen it, right? So it's like, you don't even know. You're just being used as bloody pawns. All of you are being used as pawns. And for me, the only way to just really break free from that is to know the truths, know the facts of the situation, get a common understanding of one another. Some people want to shut down freedom of speech. Some people want to shut down dialogue. Why do you want to why are you going to have this person on your platform? No, you shouldn't have this person. No, blah, blah, blah. You're not coming on my platform. Like, this is the problem. You don't even know what's going on. But anyways, at least I've said it. So 5 years to 10 years, when things really pop off, we're going to go back and rewind, we're going to rewind the videos and we'll see what Kalam has always been saying. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rewind. Hashtag Kalam did it. If anybody remember that hashtag, right? Man like Kalam just predicting stuff and it just comes to pass. Yeah, 100%. And it's not even going to take 5 to 10 years. Just wait. Just wait till another terrorist attack happens in the UK. That's what I'm going to say. Not any terrorist attack, a major terrorist attack that really pulls at the heartstrings of certain people. Watch what's going to happen. And if you don't fix up, god damn, I'm shook. But anyways, let me continue. What's going on here? Let me actually go into the comments. I'm going to drop some stuff in a minute. Let's quickly see. Pure message retracted. I don't even know what's going on there. Man, Orthodox more. I need you up in the building. I'm going to start dropping the link right now. Surah 98:6. Read it to your audience. Surah 98:6. I might do. Give me a little while. You're bang on. Cool. John McDonald says 100. Cool. Yes, it's in the post. Cool. All right. Let me get into this. All right. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that. I've touched on, the major schools again. Yeah. These people are the minority. That's one of the first things. That Hanbali school of thought that originated that's part of Saudi Arabia, the Wahhabi and so forth. That's the minority in the whole Islamic world. 100%. Okay. I know I needed to show you guys something else, but I just want to get you guys more involved in the discussions. So let me send out the link, and then any other things that you guys would like to talk about. Let's get it in. Let's see, what link do I have here? Enter studio. Bear with me. Okay. All right, let's invite you, copy the link. There we go, and get you guys into the stream. Okay, cool. Let me read some of the comments then. Okay. If it's here now, if you listen carefully, you can hear it bubbling beneath the surface. 100%. Borov says, lol, the minority. What happened at the shores of Tripoli? I don't know. You got to tell me. Kalam, I have seen the state of Saudi on the MBS. Yep. Hanbali imams persecuted. Okay. That's Come on in and let's have that conversation actually, because the movement that is around now is that Wahhabi Salafi movement, which technically is a sect of Hanbaliism. So it'll be quite interesting to know how they view their predecessor and how they view the actual Hanbali scholars itself. So that's quite interesting take. So yeah, let's figure it out. Mr. Rick says, what happens when you mix the faith and cultures of West Africa in the UK? Mixed. When you mix the faith and culture of West Africa in the UK. I believe it could be a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, I don't see West Africans having a control of their narrative. Oh, hold on. So I think it's easy for them to not have a great thing in the UK, personally. But come on in, man. The link has been shared. I would love to actually talk with you guys for a little bit. Come on in. And let me go back into this. So somebody said Surah 98:6. All right, let me type this in for you guys. Corpus Quran. And that is what I use. 98. I'd rather start from verse 1, but let's just do 98:6. And what is this? Surah Al-Ba'ina, clear evidence. And okay. Let's do the English translation of it. And Surah 98:6. I will read it, put it on the screen straight away. I haven't even read it yet, but let's go. It says here, depending on whichever one you want to use, let's use Yusuf Ali. Those who reject among the people of the book and among the polytheists will be in hellfire to dwell therein. They are the worst of creatures. Okay. Go through. Who am I speaking to? Who was it that said this? 98:6. Borov. Okay. It's been brought up. What is the point that you want to make? Talk to me. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am from near that area. Are you the worst of creatures? Okay, so I'm assuming you're Christian. Yeah, Christian. Great. So now, I would love a Muslim to come on in and answer that question. Okay, I am not a Muslim, so me answering that question has no real bearing in itself, but I'll answer it from what the actual text states. Okay, that's how I'll answer it for you. So the actual text says 1 second. This is the Quran, and it says non-believers are the worst of creatures. Yes, but it's very more specific than just saying non-believers. Let me actually break it down for you. So I have to give you some type of exegesis. So where are we? Screen capture. Let's go. Here we go. All right. So, and the best thing to do is to go for word by word. Okay. Indeed. Okay. So, which we're saying right now, indeed, those who disbelieve from Ahlil Kitab and the polytheist in fire of the hell, abiding eternally therein, those are the worst of the creatures. Okay, cool. So now let's go into this. So we can really understand it. Okay, so those who disbelieve from the people of the book and the mushrikina, that's the category, that's the subject. The people of the book, it's not saying all of them, it's saying those who are from the people of the book, and the mushrikun who disbelieve or deny. Yeah, disbelieve. Disbelieve is like hiding. Kafara literally means to cover or to hide something. Yeah, let me see if you can show it. The actual Arabic kafara, it literally means to hide something. Yeah, so if you disbelieve, then that is what it's saying. Your position is in the hellfire. Now, If you are a Christian or you are a Jew, I don't understand why you would have a problem in that. Personally, and saying those people are the worst of creatures as well, I don't see why you would have a problem in that. And the reason being is because heaven is prepared, I'm pretty sure from a Christian perspective, for the good guys, those who follow God's commands, okay? And hell is for the bad people who either disbelieve, either go against what they know to be true, or don't confess that, Jesus is the Lord and Savior. So personally, I don't even see anything wrong with what was stated there. But please, help me to understand what you want to get out of that. And again, I'm not a Muslim. I'm just telling you from a person who's just objectively reading what the book says. I don't even see anything wrong with it. But yeah, let's see. This is the Quran, and it says that non-believers are the worst of creatures. Yep, okay. No, not Christians. Agnostic. Okay, agnostic. Jewish. Okay, I swear I know you. You maybe do. 24. There are no extremist Muslims, just Muslims. Okay. Did you know Skull Testa, Riska, Skit, Zombie, and that man? Jeez. I don't even know. I don't know. Nah. Some of these names I don't know. No, I don't know. Okay, cool. Bro, don't tell me you went to Catholic secondary school. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't go to a Catholic secondary school. Jeez. Afghan River, what's good? Kafirs are Muslims who know and cover the truth. They are not disbelievers. Yeah, there you go. I think it's even more than that. It's more than just Muslims. I think it's anybody where the truth has been handed to them and they have chosen to conceal it, hide it, go against it, fully well knowing it's the truth. Then those are the kafars. That's the kafirun, right? If you know that murdering is wrong, but then you throw that behind your back and say, nope, murdering is right, and then you go ahead and murder, that is a kafar, as far as I understand from reading it from an objective standpoint. But if you want to believe, it says, I think you want to believe it says that Christians and everybody else are the worst of creatures and they're going to hell. No, if you read the Quran in context, it doesn't ever say that at all. It's quite clearly, there is verses in there, and I would love for my Quranist brother to come on in and actually state what the Quran says when it talks about the Jews, the Christians, and the Sabians. Basically, those who believe and do righteousness, basically God will judge them on, and they'll have whatever their reward is, basically. So that's the perspective of the Quran if you read it in context. Okay. But if you want to have a negative perspective of it, you can do, but that's not what it says. Okay, cool. Heaven is not mentioned in the Torah, the original book. The Christians and Islam affirm. I think you are right. Well, heaven is mentioned, but not in the sense of how Christian iconography displays heaven. More like heaven, actually, the skies. So yeah, you're right. Christians believe all men are equal, made in his image. I think this bore-off guy is definitely the worst of the worst. His type is destructive to society. Oh, jeez, Mala Amu up in the building. What's good, King? All right. Yo, Callum, is questionable. Okay, cool. The problem is that Muslims who use the English translation to cover the truth of what the Arabic says are kafirs. There are 20 verses saying the same thing. I don't mind putting them up, I just showed you one. No problem. Boroff, you can pull up some more. I don't really mind. Yeah, I don't really mind, to be honest with you. And again, I'm not trying to be here as a Muslim apologist because I'm not Muslim. I'm just simply saying what the Quran says. Anyways, yes, New Testament reveals the kingdom of heaven. All right, cool. Let me do this actually because I really want to show you guys. Where are we? So, ooh, somebody's joined. Let me see who's joined. Jeez, Tonto, what's good?
Hello.
Hey, let me turn up your volume a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Family, let me know if you can see Tonto right now. That's Borov. Okay. Cool. For some reason, his screen is frozen. I would love to see what he had to say. Never mind. Okay, let me go back into sharing my screen. So, for those of you guys who was with me and I was talking about Dr. Joshua Little, let me just make sure that you're actually, no, are you seeing it? No, you're not seeing it. Let me see what you guys are actually seeing. Man said, where are the donations at? I love that. Jeez, man, just broke off some donations there. I love that. Cool. So let me get back into this. Let me do this. All right, let's get you back in.
Hi, sorry, my internet died.
No problem. All right.
I just want to say one thing. I was interacting with you.
Yep.
And it's good that you talk about this. I didn't realize who you were. But when you're reading something in the wrong text and you're sort of saying, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad for Muslims in general to read the Quran in their own version or their own way. Mm-hmm. But if the text actually says something bad and then you're not following it, does that make you a bad Muslim in your eyes?
Repeat that once more.
Does it make you a bad Muslim if you're not following the Quran when it says to do something bad?
I think it just makes you a Muslim that doesn't follow your Quran or follow your religion.
Okay, but in the Quran, it specifically says if you do that, then you should be punished by death. That's apostasy.
Do what? Sorry, do what?
Go against what Muhammad says and what he thinks, actually. The Quran specifically says you're not allowed to go against what Muhammad thinks.
You're not allowed to go against what Muhammad thinks. Otherwise, you're an apostate.
Well, otherwise you then don't believe in Allah and Muhammad, which I believe is committing like shirk or something like that, which would then make you apostate, which is punishable by death.
Okay. This is interesting.
So what I find really difficult is when people just sort of ignore the fact that the religion itself is extremely against human morals or other morals that we've learned from other religions.
Okay.
So I just find it really difficult that you would defend something like that.
I'm not here to actually defend the religion at all. I'm not here to defend the religion. I'll rather see the religion critiqued in its actual light rather than it being strawmanned. So, so if you can pull up where it says, if you don't follow or what think. Whatever Muhammad thinks, if you don't follow that, then you're an apostate. All right, I would rather okay, that's a claim that you're making. Let's see it. Let's see if that is something that was actually practiced or is it something that's just made up.
Okay.
Because there are things, for example, there are things in the Quran or in the, how can I put it, the scriptures that I think is morally not right, personally, my own personal opinion. And I wouldn't follow that. So, for example, let's say there's adultery and, you are supposed to stone an adulterer. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't fit with my morals, but that is your religion. If that's what you want to practice, fine by you. But if somebody says it's not in the book or it's not in the text, I'm like, you're either lying or you're not looking in the book to see what it says because it clearly says stone the adulterer.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
That's why I'm agnostic.
Yeah.
Because you could go through you could go through the Torah and 3 sentences into Genesis, you can disprove it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are you
I'm saying
Jewish?
Christianity and Islam comes from that book or from the Torah, the Tanakh, originally, which can be disproven, and yet you have billions of people ready to kill each other.
Hey, brother, are you Jewish, man? Answer the question. Are you Jewish?
Sorry, don't talk to me like
that. Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish, brother? Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
I was raised Jewish, yes.
Why did you have an issue with my comment about Palestine and that, man? You seen what's going on over there?
Sorry, you've got Ukraine and Israel. Yes, I've been there many times. I actually worked on agriculture in Gaza when I was younger with the kids.
Now, what do you think about, forget agriculture, what do you think about them kids getting blown up, man?
Who's getting blown up? Where?
The children, the innocent children.
Where? On October the 7th, people raped and killed in their homes.
Bruv, that's a lie, bruv. What are you talking? Why are you still spinning that lie, man? Come on, man. Look, you're not dealing with dumb people. I know we're black and that, but come on, man. We're not dealing with dumb people here. Why do you not have any compassion for innocent children?
Did I say
being blown? I just need to understand the psychology of you people, man. Because I see you lot online and that, and I'm like, you lot just talk to me, man. Go on.
I'm talking to you. You just said that I don't have any compassion. I never said that. I'm talking about. I know the history. I can tell that you don't know the history. I don't.
The history is, my man. Couple Brits said, "Yeah, have this bit of Palestine to you Europeans." That's the history.
Oh, is that true? Is that the history?
That's the truth. But the Balfour Agreement, yeah. The Balfour Agreement that was it Rothschild boasts about fucking.
Why were there massacres in 1900s of Jews in Israel?
Bruv, what Jews are you talking about? You're talking about the black Jews that you lot try and castrate and all of that. You're talking about because you lot are Europeans. You lot are Europeans. You ain't Jews. You're European, bruv. You're from Poland. You look Polish. You're Polish. You're Pole. You're a Pole. Polski. Bruv, cut this Jewish. You're not Jewish, bruv. Tell the media that, bruv. You're not Jewish, right? Black people know you are not Jewish. Agnostic to what? Agnostic to what?
Your IQ is about 11, 12?
Say that again?
Your IQ is about 11 or 12, yes?
Yeah, it's 11 or 12. Good one. Excellent. Those types of comebacks. Wow, you're smart as fuck, bruv. Your IQ is what? 100? 200?
The average of the people from where
is the average. Okay, bruv, why don't you have any compassion for those innocent kids getting blown up? And why are you talking this Jewish thing when you're clearly a Polski or Romanian? You ain't no Jew. None of you lot are Jews. You're Romanians or Poles or fucking... Say that again?
I just want you to know that my family has the exact same blood as Ethiopian black Jews.
So why do you lot?
Why do you lot? Shut up. You'll listen to when you're being explained something to, and you can use that IQ, all of those 12 points that you've got, right? And then you can go pre-1940, pre-1921 and the Balfour and all of that shit, and you can do your own research and learn. You should start with the shores of Tripoli, and then you should read the Quran. The Quran that says that you're not, I know that you're not Muslim, right? But the Quran that says that you're the worst of creatures and that that you will live in the hellfire, which is what we were doing just before you came on and started to be anti-Semitic because you don't understand anything.
Buzzwords. I'm a what? I'm a what?
Religion, you donkey.
Buzzword.
Religion.
Bruv, you're like Romanian or Polish, bro.
I don't know that race and religion aren't the same thing, do you?
I know. Remember my IQ's 11.
Yeah, I know. That's why you don't understand the difference between.
Yeah. So based on that, you're gonna have to speak to me in layman's terms, bro. You can't be throwing out these big words at me.
Okay, what's a religion and what's a race? Is Islam a race?
A religion is a deep-held belief.
Is Islam a race? Yes or no?
A religion is a deep-held belief.
Okay, so what's
followed by actions.
What are Jews?
What's a juice? I don't know. Sunny D, fucking, I don't know. Apple juice. I don't know. What are you talking about, bro?
What would you call a Jewish person? Is that religion or is that a race?
Bro, do you know what? Let's move off this juice because I don't want to get called anti-Semitic again. Because my IQ being 11, I won't do well in jail, bro.
Where from? You on those marches every week, you little twat?
Marches? What are you talking about? Marches, bruv? If you, bruv, what marches are you talking about?
Bro, speak English, mate. Speak English.
No, my IQ's 11. Why do you expect me to speak English, you fucking
All right,
postie?
let me come back in. Let me
Bruv,
come back in.
bruv,
Let me come back in. Let me mute
bruv,
everybody's
but go back to
mics.
Poland, man. Stop
Mute
claiming Jews.
everybody's mics. Let's get it back in. So you already know, yeah, on Titans TV, we have this. We have it where we open it up to have these discussions with one another. We have discussions with Titans that's presenting information. But I want to keep it respectable. That's one of our rules, you know, ancient rules that we've had on Titans TV. Something about like
I donated. I'll donate again so I can just have a free talk. I'll donate again.
One second.
Polish dude, donate so you can talk, man.
You could talk afterwards. 1 second, right? So this is what we're gonna say. Yes, please just respect our, the guests, respect the audience members, and respect yourselves. So let's try to keep the ad hominems to a limit, and also please no swearing because, normally there's children listening in. So let's try to keep it on a low level. What I'm gonna do is open it back up to you 24, and then afterwards I'm gonna open it back up to Tonto, and then we're gonna have a more detailed discussion. All right, go ahead.
I hear that. All right, what are you smoking on, Tonto?
Sorry, let me unmute your mic, Tonto. All right, cool.
What are you smoking on, man? Fuck all of that. What are you smoking on?
What do you mean, what am I smoking on?
I just see you put a spliff in your mouth, bro. Are you trying to be cool? You trying to be cool?
I'm trying to be cool. I smoke. What's your problem?
Bro, you don't have to be smoking. You don't have to smoke now, bro. Do that in Poland or something, man. We're having a discussion here, man. Put that down.
What the fuck are you on about? Where are you from? You don't sound like you're from England, yet you're trying to speak English.
But my IQ's 11, bro. I'm trying out here, man. Give me some. You need to give me some merit for trying. I'm doing my best.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm doing my best, man.
All right.
Boy,
okay. Let me get everybody muted
Reggy,
again.
Boy. Fucking hell.
Let me get everybody muted. We have, our reigning Titan and champion back on the platform. Shouts out to Reggy, Mabry up in the building. What's good, God?
Hey, Titans, it's always a pleasure. You know you are my saber teacher, so don't play me. You walked the museum with me. You are New York Museum, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where we do history. We don't do religion. So all religion is problematic. They were written at a time of different peoples with different cultures, different circumstances. And today we are following all types of religions that their core tenets are very, very ancient and very different than our own. And we are reluctant to change because we don't want to go to hell. There's a fear of going to hell by not following these religions, basically title and verse. So I heard a comment that's really interesting about Black Jews or Black Hebrews and things like that, or even Black Muslims, right? Or Black Christians. I've spent maybe 8 or 9 years debating lots of people on these particular subjects. First of all, the majority of the peoples are converts. They convert to a religion. They're not living in the cultural container of the religion. There is a large portion of people who are religious who don't read the book in the languages in which they were formed. So if you are Muslim and you're reading the Quran in English, or even in Pakistani or another converted where the texts are converted so that you can read it and try to understand it, it's problematic. If you are calling yourself a Hebrew and you're reading the King James Version or any of those things in English, you really don't know what you're talking about, because the book was written in Greek and then there is Aramaic, right? And so converts make this mistake a lot. Black What is black? Well, the diversity of humans have different skin tones. I think everybody knows that. The people even in Africa have a diversity of skin tones. I think everybody knows that. When you want to say someone is black, like black Hebrews or black Jews or black Christians, the problem is don't do skin color. You have to do identity, a black identity, and a black reality. That makes you black, right? Uh, if your book is not talking about a black reality, then once you put in skin color, it becomes problematic. You have to find in the book where they are venerating, for example, things that are sacred that are black. If that's not in the books, then you're just a Hebrew, a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, right? Don't do skin color historically. I think that is I think that should be helpful to most people. You do have to know the history, the whole history of the peoples that you want to talk about. Now, the when you go back in time, after the Prophet Muhammad, I'll say to be respectful, he had his revolution. His revolution was for his people only. It wasn't for all mankind, it was for his people, right? And his people spoke a particular language, right? And so you have to be his people and you have to speak that language. And you have to believe in Muhammad as the messenger. Simple as that. To say that there are black Muslims, if someone's saying that, that would be false because the reality is not black. The reality is what the angel Jibril, the revelation that he gave to Muhammad, and that is the reality. That is the identity, right? And so that makes it that becomes Quranic. That's as simple as that. The same thing with the Hebrew people. The reality is Yahweh's relationship to Abraham, who came from Chaldea, or the Chaldea, the later called place, or in the northern region, right? And Yahweh sends Abraham a message to go to Canaan, right? And he goes to Canaan according to the book, and he doesn't go just with his family. He goes with a multitude of people from Haran into Canaan. They're not all his people. They become converts, the first converts, and then they create a culture, right, and an identity that is a Yahweh, a Yahweh culture, not even an El culture. El was a Canaanite god, right? Uh, he's the Most High. He has a hierarchy of families. He has Baal, and I think Chemosh is there, and a number of different types of sons. And so the Abrahamic people are a group of people that came from Turkey, Syria, Turkey. The lines were blurry, and went into Canaan. And they have a
Judea and Samaria.
Huh?
The name's Judea and Samaria.
The name, what do you mean the name?
That's where a lot of the people came from. One of the tribes specifically was Judea and Samaria. You're saying Syria, that's today. That they weren't there then.
They came from Haran. You're saying that's Judea? No.
They came from all of them, didn't they? I thought it was Iran, but not so much. It's not Turkey. Turkey wasn't there. It was Turkey, I know. Slightly different.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking the region, the lines in ancient.
Okay, yeah. But one of them is Judea and Samaria.
Right, but Judea is in the Levant. They came from a more northern area, right?
Ah, okay. So
Look where-
who killed all the Canaanites?
Well, that's the story. The fact of the matter is that's the story. Is that really the truth? Right?
Well, they were annihilated, weren't they?
Well, that's the story. The truth
Yeah,
is
I don't believe in the story. I agree. Yeah.
right. So when we have these problems, the problem is in history, the writing system is Canaanite. So the Hebrews, the people that we call the Brit, because it's Brit. Brit is the real name, and that means covenant. And then Avri, uh, I think Avri is a later term, and that becomes what they build the Greek word Hebrew from. Hebrew is Greek, so nobody should be calling themselves Hebrews because that's a Greek word, right? That you have to the covenant is either Brit or Avri, but because we use English and we use and those how can I say that becomes our nomenclature, but it's wrong. The fact of the matter is, if you look in the Torah and you find out who the covenant was, it was the covenant verse, and that.
So
Yes.
just a quick correction, right quick. Abraham came from what would be today considered Iraq.
Well,
Yeah, that area. Yeah.
well, okay. So there's two Urs,
So
right?
so
So there's
so
two Urs. There's
so I can read the Britannica right now. It says most scholars agree that Ur Kasdim was the Sumerian city Ur, today Tal al Mukayyar, about 200 miles southeast of Baghdad in lower Mesopotamia.
okay, and you say most scholars agree.
Yes.
Okay, then let's look at the culture. The culture of things like sister wives is in the northern area, right? And Terah is Abraham's father, and that is not a Mesopotamian per se word. That's a northern kingdom, more like Hittite type people.
Yeah, but you'd have to show me that would be considered Ur of the Chaldeans.
I'm not saying Chaldea doesn't exist. So either it's the southern region or it's the northern region. But just being logical, for this man, Abraham, the father of these religions, to cross so much territory unmolested by multiple empires and find themselves comfortable in Haran, it seems more closer to me, more logical that he came from his father's people that was more Hittite, and his father worshipped another god.
But
So
that's not what the scripture says, or
I don't
even what the
believe in it.
scholars say. That's kind of like your opinion.
I
Which
don't.
scripture, Easy Bandz?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Which scripture, Easy Bandz?
I'm saying the scripture that talks about where Abraham comes from. It basically says Ur of the Chaldeans, right? Ur Kasdim. And most scholars agree that Ur Kasdim was the Sumerian city Ur, today Tal al Mukayyar, which is about 200 miles southeast of Baghdad in lower Mesopotamia.
Well,
That's where I thought it was. That's what I'd heard, but I'm not sure.
well, okay. So let's get to.
Well, a high IQ brother like you is not sure. What? Come on, man.
So wait. So don't.
Oh, you're still here.
My
Thought the conversation
problem is.
passed by.
Yeah. So I mentioned
Hey,
this.
Reggy, this ain't HOK, man. You're gonna have to have a dialogue. Hey, listen, talk to Tonto. Talk to Tonto, because he's I'm too stupid for him, but he wants to go into like the history of Jews. He said that the Balfour Agreement, there was Jews before then, and
Massacred before, yes, in Israel, yes, by the Muslims, yes.
Yeah, I see the.
but they were black though. Those Jews were black.
Well,
They
skin,
weren't.
maybe skin, maybe.
So you don't know
maybe-
anything. They were not black. What about the Jews there now?
Yeah, right.
What, the Polish folks?
What do you mean the Polish folks? What about the Ethiopian Jews, you idiot?
The Ethiopians, but the ones that you lot forcefully sedate, and the one that you lot like tell to get out your country. You look the ones that you don't accept as Jews. Them.
You mean the ones that are raping people? Yeah, they're being kicked out. Yeah, but the other ones that they took in
I
their
just knew he was going to come out. Yeah, I know. We're all rapists, mate, because we're black, right? You Polish folks, boy, I tell you.
Ethiopians aren't black, you idiot. They're mixed race.
You Polish folks, man, you crack me up, man.
I'm not Polish. I'm English. You fucking twat.
Okay, so
mate, you're a Pole. You're a Pole.
I like to do. I like
English
to do.
you. I'm fourth generation.
And you know you'd probably never say that to me if you was in my face. You know that, innit? So I'm gonna let you have that one. You can say whatever you want over the airwaves, Pole.
There's no point in going back and forth like that on Callum's channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let I interrupt.
No one's doing anything. No one's threatening anybody. We're just having a heated debate.
Okay,
wait. 24 threatening. This is the problem with people that don't believe. It's the same with Islam. You let it foster and fester like people like 24 who won't show his face or name. You need to keep him quiet or kick him off because he's not listening. He's not interested in learning.
All right, let's get back to the topic now, man.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I want to get back to an important thing that I said. Okay. So when we use the word black, sometimes what we're doing, we're being anachronistic, right? We're taking our reality today, the people's today, and then we're pushing it back. My point is that you have to have a black identity and a black reality, right? And you have to find textual sources where people were calling themselves some word in any of those languages that they were black. They were calling themselves by their particular cultures, right? Using their particular languages. They weren't necessarily calling themselves identifying with black. And so my problem in the last 8-9 years talking to a lot of people is that we want to look at we want to forget the diversity of skin color, and black can't be necessarily a skin color. It has to be an identity. Getting back to the part that I was talking about is that the problem is with these religious books, there are cultures. These people are ancient cultures, and these cultures, they can't live with each other. In historical times, they can't live with each other. And so when we want to look at the relationships between the Brits or the people with the covenants, the Mabry people, right? And we want to look at the Islamic groups of people, the Quraysh people, right? We're going to have to look at the time periods in which they lived. So we know when the revolution occurred of the man that you call the prophet.
Reggie, one second, Reggie. Callum, I beg you stop this muting thing. I beg you allow it, please, man. I'm gonna mute out, but Rob, I beg you allow this muting business. Go on, Reggie. Sorry, my bad. Go on.
No.
And Reggie, just 1 second before you go, man. You know, when you said the whole thing about, identifying as black, I wanted to find out what your opinion was on the Sumerians, because from what I'm seeing, they referred to themselves as the black-headed people, and also the Akkadians and some other, people that was living around them also referred to them as the black-headed people. So what do you think about that one?
Okay, so then I would use basically what I said is that I said in that them calling themselves the Sagiga, right? The Sagiga, those groups of people, then in some regards, they had a black reality because they have a word that they identified themselves with, but it's not necessarily based on skin color. It's based on some cultural identity with something black. So if they call themselves the black-headed people, then I would say that they had a they had a reality, and then as scholars and thinkers, then what we will have to do is we have to dig deeper to try to find out what that reality or what that identity is. But I don't think it's necessarily just phenotypical, right?
Can I ask something, Reginald, please? Didn't people mainly then see themselves as tribes as opposed to
Man
races?
called you Reginald, you know. Fucking
My
hell,
name
go
is
on.
Reginald. My
That
name
says
is
Reginald. What do you
I
want me to do?
know, but he's introduced as Reg Mabry, but
Nah,
carry on, though,
it
man.
says
Carry on.
Reginald on the
yeah.
on his
That's
on his
my
green yard.
my
Honestly,
government.
mate, show your face and be a man, otherwise don't talk.
No,
Yeah.
I donated.
Brother Reggie.
I paid no face tax, bro. I paid that no face tax. So unless you're gonna donate £50 in the chat, shut your mouth, rude boy.
Ooh, 50,000.
Brother Reggie, just two things, right? The term itself, right? Is why I'm sticking to it is because it is kind of identifying their phenotype. They're describing their heads, right? The black-headed people. So that right there just gives us a little bit of insight. Like the obvious insight from that is that these
Correct.
people, something about their heads was black.
Correct.
And then two, the time period that they lived in as well was a time where most of the people on earth were black skinned anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we translate this word to black, right? And we call it the black-headed people. It's the same problem in Egypt with Kim. Kim means black, but it also means dark, but it doesn't just mean that. It means sacred dark and sacred black. People leave out the fact that Kim was a god, right? And Kim
Yeah.
was connected to the Apis, or the what we call the what we call the Apis bull, right? Or the sacred black bull. So the Sumerian groups of people, they had a black identity and a black reality, right? In the context, but it may not be the same reality that we think of today, but they certainly had. It seems correct, that you are correct, that they had some identity with a phenotype, meaning that they connect themselves to their to something that they deify. So they deify the term black. So but I did say that we would still have to read more text to find out
I agree.
that reality. With the modern Hebrew, not Hebrew, Brit or Covenant, those groups of people, and the Islamic people, the people that live in Islam. The problem is historically, and because of religion, they can't live with each other. It's simple as that.
Why do you say that?
The Ottoman Empire was really disastrous to people of those areas, right? Disastrous to people who identified themselves as African tribes, and those who identified themselves as a covenant, right? And some subordinate tribes of Arabia. They were disastrous, and so a lot of the tensions actually come from that time period.
But it still goes on today.
Yes. Yes.
And where it's only one culture that does it.
No, it's both. It's both.
Islam. They are buying and selling black slaves in Islam only.
Yeah.
No other religion does it.
No. See, no. So
Now, today.
Well, yeah, in history, when there was the trans-Saharan slave trade, those groups of Hebrew groups of people, they had to pay tax, right? And yes, thank you. And
if you didn't pay tax, what happened? You were killed.
And they had to work, on behalf. And so the biggest trade was trade, and that trade included ivory, gold, and it included people. And the people that they chose to be enslaved were people who didn't follow the covenant of Abraham, Otherwise, if you were rich, you could just pay tax for a while until you will actually convert. The whole
You
concept,
lived as a dhimmi.
huh?
You paid jizya and you lived as a dhimmi. You were a second-class citizen.
I don't disagree.
White people too.
I don't disagree. And those groups of people of the covenant of Abraham, those people engaged themselves in slavery. So they were the go-between in the trans-Saharan. So they were able to go deep into Africa and participate in the Saharan trade as in their relationship with the great empires that of Africa that had converted to Islam.
Reggie, hold on. I think we should have a Muslim in here, to kind of.
Yeah, you got one here right now.
Historian.
You got one here, right.
Allowed to talk.
Yeah. Talk, man. Talk.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here, man.
If I want,
you're not allowed to think. You have to ask your scholar for everything, your imam for everything.
I want.
You can think for yourself. What are you talking about?
I want people to do history.
But that's like a Jew. They're not allowed to think that for themselves.
I'm not Jewish. I'm agnostic. I am Jewish. My race is Jewish, but I'm agnostic.
There's no such thing as a Jewish race, innit?
Your race?
We can get into that, but I really wanted to come and talk to Reggie, you know. Reggie thinks. I don't know why when it comes to Islam, Reggie thinks he's the top. You're not the top don, bro. Basic little things like you saying there's no such thing as black Muslims. It's like, bro, like, what education system did you go through? Of course there was black Muslims back in the day. Who told you there wasn't?
It was slaves.
No, they were common.
No, it wasn't slaves. Hey, Tonto, I can't lie. I beg you, just mute your mic because your
so
whole
if you want to talk to me about
I can
history,
teach you. You know what I mean? See how you think of life? I can teach you the better things, like the better understandings. You're still ignorant. Reggie,
about history,
see you. Let's talk, man. We need to talk, man.
Okay, so we are talking. So we are talking. So the Islamic groups after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, right? They were fighting the Byzantines. That's part. They were fighting the northern Byzantines and the Byzantines in Africa, right?
Reginald, historically, was Muhammad real?
Hey, Reggie, go on, carry on.
Yeah. So as someone who does history, my problem is history will only validate whether or not a person is real or an eponymous ancestor, right?
So are you trying to say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is an eponymous ancestor? Is this what you're trying to say?
Mecca wasn't there in the 2nd century. We have
bro, I'm trying to talk to Reggie, bro. Can you mute your mic, please, my guy? I'm trying to talk to Reggie.
We're all having a discussion. What,
I literally asked to come on the panel. I asked for the link because I wanted to talk to Reggie. After I have my convo with him and we've established something, I'll talk to you gladly. You can butt in. We can have our back and forth. Like,
that's cool. You come in, you have your conversation whilst we were having a conversation. You interrupt, you're more important.
I heard you man speak. I didn't interrupt one bit. My mic was muted.
I would, as someone who tries to do history and scholarship and history and scholarship and artifacts, they help me be correct and they help me also to change my opinion, right?
So is it fair to say Nama is an eponymous ancestor then? He didn't exist.
Oh, no. See, the difference is with Narmer, right, is that Narmer, we actually have artifacts, right?
What artifacts? Only one?
Oh, no, we have more than just the Narmer. We have more than
me. Teach me today. Teach me today.
We have the Narmer palette. Yeah. Right, and then we have this other name, which is Menace, that's in the Palmero.
Come on, hey Reggie, don't do that. Don't. We're talking about. No, we can do the semantics and think, yeah, that was his title. We can do all of that, but we're talking about Narmer. They've only got the Narmer palette. That's it. That's the palette.
No, what else? It's his other name is Menace.
So what about Abraham's other names and Prophet Muhammad's other names? Then we play that game as well.
Okay, well then we need we need artifacts. So let me just be candid.
But bro, we do have artifacts. We've got the flipping Quran.
He's about to answer you.
So that's evidence of his companions.
He's about to answer you.
Wait. That's like the disciples.
There's a
That's like
tradition
the
there. So wait.
disciple. That's like the
So wait.
Christian
So wait. I want
disciple.
to ask you something, Reggie. Yeah. Do you believe Jesus existed
As
a man, not as a supernatural being, as a man?
Okay. I think that he is a composite character. I don't think that there was a Jesus. And again,
Oh, come on, Reginald.
So you don't believe there was a historical figure that lived, yeah, and that when he
yes,
died,
I
later on,
believe that
people
there
made
was
a religion about
I
him.
believe that there was there were historical figures that later people wrote about. And
No, I'm
wrong.
asking you,
Jesus
see
was
the
a real
Christianity,
all right.
see the religion of Christianity, is it based on a figure that they follow?
Christianity
about
is
what
a
he
Greek
did.
word.
I don't care if
Christianity
it's
is a
Chinese.
Greek
Hey,
word.
Reggie, I don't care if it's
Reggie,
Chinese or Bangladesh.
to be honest with you,
I'm
when it comes
saying,
to most
listen, I'm
scholarship,
saying that
most scholars are
religion,
going
how
to
it was
agree
formed,
that
who
Jesus
was it
Christ was a
based on?
historical person. That he was a
watch
historical
this.
person.
The person, the best person that you have is Bart Ehrman.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Best scholar.
Bro, what's this
No,
guy
it's not.
talking about? Hey,
Pretty
Reggie.
good,
So
Bart.
now you're copping out.
Reggie,
Hey, you know what he's doing? He's
there's
running
a
away. He's
very
just
small,
diverted me
if
to
any,
someone else.
No,
You can't
number of
answer.
you're engaging
scholars
me
that
in
would
a
say that
lot
Jesus was
of.
the
Hey, so Reggie,
historical figure.
So put it
engaging
this
me in
way,
a lot of
Reggie.
beliefs.
I agree with you, Akan,
Reggie,
but that
let's
doesn't
put it
say
this
your
way. Let's put it nice and
situation.
simple, yeah.
What did you
If
say?
you deny Jesus ever existed,
If you
yeah,
deny Jesus,
what's
you got
the
to deny
whole point
everything
of
from
even talk
ancient
about
Egypt, bro.
Muhammad then? How can we even talk about Muhammad?
We can get to
You
Muhammad.
can't talk about
But who
Muhammad
do you
anyway.
want
He's
to
the
talk
Muhammad is more. There's more evidence that he existed than Jesus.
Show me a
Way
coin.
more.
That's
No,
not true
there's
at
not.
all.
No,
I
there's
promise
not.
you.
Show
That's a
me a
lie.
coin.
Just Google it.
That's a lie.
Show me a coin of Muhammad.
There's no evidence Mecca
There's
was ever
coins.
there.
So there's not coins
There's
written in his
coins with
name
the
now.
term Muhammad on it.
In
No,
right?
7th
there's
century,
not
there's no
one
coins
coin
written
written
in
in
his
it.
name.
There's coins with
No name. Hey, I can't lie to you. I'm trying to talk to Reggie, man.
You
bro,
are.
you're not.
I
Yo,
can
bro,
talk
you found
to
us
I
on
know
here.
more
anyone.
than Reginald
A
about
lot
this.
of
Yo, bro, you
times,
found us on here.
I'm not
We're having
good.
a
I'm not
dialogue.
good at
a
with
lot
all
of
these
times,
voices.
all
It's
we
like
can
everyone wants to
prove.
chat to man. I'm trying to chat
Okay,
to
it's
Reggie.
fine. We're not. We're just talking history. Let me just.
Yeah,
get
we're
my
just
point
talking.
out.
It's not a debate like that.
We're having discussion. Okay, most scholars, all they can prove is that there were believers, right?
No,
That's all they can
no,
prove.
What do
that's
you
not
mean?
all
What do
they
you
can
mean they
prove.
were believers,
No,
Reggie? I
that's
don't
not all
get
they
you.
can prove.
They
This
were
is what they can
Jews.
prove.
They were
Listen,
Jews.
Reggie,
They were
Reggie.
respected
This is
Jews.
what scholars can prove, right? They can prove that there were eyewitnesses. There was eyewitness testimony of Jesus Christ and
Bro,
his and
every
everything
principle
about
you
him from his
apply, the
birth.
Prophet Muhammad's
There was
past that. Every
and he's
principle you
attested to.
apply, the Prophet
There was
Muhammad's
hundreds
past
of
that.
people that witnessed some of his teachings and miracles. That's all attested to. There was a tradition.
What source?
What's that?
Wait. Okay, so
From the eyewitnesses.
From all the sources about Jesus.
From the eyewitnesses.
Okay, so now we have to. Okay, and during the period of the first 100 years after Christ,
Yeah.
right? When the Gospels were first written, they didn't have the names of Mark, Luke, and Matthew.
Irrelevant.
And they don't have the resurrection.
Irrelevant.
No, they were signed. That's history.
It's irrelevant.
There's actually
the resurrection.
It's irrelevant to the point.
Makes it.
It's irrelevant to the point that there was
No,
eyewitnesses
it's not, because
that witnessed.
you missed my point. My
It's
point
because it's
is
irrelevant.
that we can prove that there were believers. Now, during the first 100 years or so, there was
It wasn't believers, Reggie. That's being disingenuous, because by saying believers, that means that these people don't know. They knew, they witnessed. They witnessed Jesus Christ's existence.
Do you know
What's that?
Witness was a person, but not as God.
You know
listen, I'll hand you that.
Okay,
right?
so wait.
I'll hand you that and say
let
we're
me
just
do this
talking about the
easy
person.
bands. Easy bands. Do you know who the Docetist is?
No, enlighten me.
Oh, so if you don't know who the Docetist is,
Reggie, let me stop you right now. Let me stop you right now. What you're about to start trying to do is disqualify people from conversations and appeal to your intellect. And that.
No, I'm appealing to history.
When I say no, enlighten me. Just tell me what it is, and let's keep going with the dialogue. Okay. We can do that.
All right, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to disqualify you, Easy Bands. I don't. Okay, what I do want to say, and excuse me for that, the Docetists was a group of people who believed that Jesus was an illusion.
Okay.
And this ghost, and we have to believe in ghosts because we have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Allow me to respond after, though.
So we have to believe in ghosts if you are Christians, right? We have to believe in ghosts because they talk about the ghost, right? But they believe that the Docetists believe that Jesus was an illusion, that he could interact with human beings. He could interact with human beings as if he was a man, right? And we know that that's valid because the accepted Docetist is actually Paul. Paul had a relationship with an illusion, a ghost, right? An apparition named Jesus, and he becomes the major factor in Christianity.
You
Paul.
see, all right, can I stop you? And can I stop you and respond? Can I stop you and respond? Okay, now let me just ask you something. What relationship do these Docetist people that you're talking about? Because I've never even heard of them, right? So what relationship and what's the validity that they have in terms of Jesus or knowledge of Jesus?
Okay, so Ignatius. Oh yes, Ignatius. He's the church father.
Yeah.
Right. Ignatius on his way to be put to death, he writes epistles, letters, and one of his major letters is to the Samaritans. I have to look up the word, just not the Samaritans, but the Samaritans. He said that Jesus was real. He was of flesh.
Yeah.
He was talking to the Docetists.
Okay, so let me just stop you right there because you're giving me the answer.
There's three groups. There is the Christians who believe later that this is
Reggie, can I just stop you right quick?
Yes.
Because you've given me the answer. So basically, these people didn't know Jesus. They didn't know his disciples. They had Ignatius. You said it was Ignatius, right? Ignatius had to write to them and explain to them what the actual tradition was. These are just people that believed stuff. So right there, again, you're distracting from my point, which was Jesus Christ had actual eyewitnesses and eyewitness testimony. He had the Romans, he had the Pilate, etc. All these people, even the Jews themselves that hated him, right? Even they themselves that hated him testified.
So let me just qualify my statement. What we have is many people after the death of Jesus Christ. We have Josephus and we have Tacitus.
His dad was a Roman soldier.
Let me just stop you right there. Those are extra biblical
correct.
Testimony, right?
That's how we validate
but what
history.
I'm talking about is you're trying to disqualify the eyewitness testimony that is recorded in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Yeah.
But I don't think
it's recorded.
The Bible is a history
It's actually
book.
recorded.
It's a religious book in the Bible.
Reggie, Reggie, right there you're being disingenuous because the Bible not only is you could call it a religious book, yes, but what it does is it's a testimony to Jesus Christ's life. Everything we know about Jesus Christ and the time that he lived in is from the Bible. It's historical.
In history, easy Bandz, in history, right? We need extra biblical sources.
So show me.
But we have them for Jesus.
Show me any extra biblical sources about Jesus Christ and that time.
What we have is knowledge of those believers. And
there's none, Reggie. There's none. Finish. It all comes from the Bible.
Why aren't you letting me finish?
Because you're about to start waffling. You're about to start talking about believers when it's not believers, it's eyewitnesses. I've corrected you so many times, but you keep going back.
You did not correct me. You just made an assertion, a statement.
No, you're the one that's lying though. You're
I'm
actually
not lying.
You're
there
lying.
Are eyewitnesses to Jesus.
So what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that these people,
stop.
You're trying to say that these people.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. So outside of the Bible, during the time of Jesus, give me an eyewitness outside of the Bible.
But that's my point. I don't have to give you a witness outside of the Bible, because it's almost like, no, let me show you what you're doing.
Anyway.
No, hold on. Let me just show you what you're doing. It's almost like I have a murder weapon, right? And then you come to me and say, outside of that murder weapon, show me the murder weapon. You know? So it doesn't make sense, the question you asked, because these people, the eyewitnesses that testified of his existence, are in the Bible. So you can't tell me, oh, show me something outside of there.
Testimonium Flavianum.
Flavian, where says that Jesus. Wait, so Flavius, give me a date for Flavius. Give me a date.
I'm just going to read what Google says. It says, besides the Gospels and the letters of Paul, non-biblical works that are considered sources for the historicity of Jesus include 2 mentions in the Antiquities of the Jews, Testimonium Flavianum, Jesus' own brother James. That's a pretty good source. His own brother. Yeah. By Jewish historian, Galilean military leader Josephus.
Okay. So what I said. Wait. Stop.
Tacitus. Tacitus is a Roman source as well. 116
AD.
No, but I understand what you're saying, but give me a date for Flavius. What is his
First
date?
century AD.
Huh? So now, okay. So
I've got CE.
Huh?
That's common era. That's AD. In case you don't understand that, yeah, go ahead.
So
okay.
now
I don't understand that. Why would I? I'm English.
So
First century is AD and CE, same thing. Keep going.
I've just got before Christ and after Christ. No.
Yeah, AD, CE, common era, meaning not before Christ. That would be BC. CE means common era, after he lived. AD would be after death too. Same thing. First century. All right, keep going.
After death, is that what AD means? Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, that's what CE means also, the common era.
Thank you.
And where do we get that from? We get that from the Bible.
No,
did you get that from the Tanakh? Because when you say the Bible, you mean everything, not the old version.
No,
you mean nothing with the Bible.
You know what I
common
mean.
era means you're not using the Bible.
Hebrews
AD
do
means
not
you're
believe.
using
I mean,
Jesus.
Hold on, one second, family.
What did Ausar say?
Let's Saber
you
talk.
Hear me?
Go ahead, Saber.
They don't believe in Jesus, right?
No, they can't.
They don't. It's another culture, right? They don't need Jesus to exist. I'm talking about the covenant, right? They see, they call him a magician. They call him a whole bunch of things.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah. They don't believe in him. Then I gave you another group called the Docetists.
But they do mention it, right?
Don't cut him off. Let him finish. Then you can talk after. Keep going, Saber. Goodness.
So if you took the time to Google the Docetists, you will find that the Docetists was a group of people who believed that Jesus was an illusion, that he would come as like a ghost and interact with human beings. Paul is an accepted Docetist who talked to an illusion, right? He had on the road to Damascus, right? There's another group of people called the Gnostics, right? The Gnostics groups of people were not necessarily Christians. They had a concept of being enlightened, right? And so, yes, you have James, the brother of Christ, as he is called. You have him, and then you have there's another one who's the beloved. You have Thomas. Thomas is Jesus's twin, right? According to one of my good
I've never heard of that.
Well, you got to read the Gospel of Thomas. He is the twin of Jesus in the Gospel of Thomas. These are not.
Where is that? Where is that? Is that in the Gospels?
Of Thomas?
It's in the Gospel of Thomas. What are you not getting?
So hold on.
These are the apocryphal books that you probably.
Yeah, I don't know because they've been discredited and debunked. That's why.
No, that's
you never read them because you're not.
No, it's not because I've never read them.
No,
because they've been debunked.
Book of Thomas.
They've
been debunked. Stop with the.
What does the Bible of Thomas say?
Stop with the waffling. Stop with the waffling. I'm not gonna listen. I know you're Muslim. I'm not gonna go to a hadith that's weak and then state something about your religion. So don't go to apocrypha, bro.
I would have.
Why not? Why not go
because
to
it's
Apocrypha?
weak. Because it's weak. It's been debunked. That's why.
No, the
by
Apocrypha
who?
ain't debunked.
Who
What are you talking about?
Who debunked it? Who
It's been
debunked the
debunked by
Gospel of Thomas?
by church tradition that's known about
No,
these
by
traditions.
Oh, forget your
by
church
by
tradition, man.
establishment.
Forget that.
Say, but Reggie, watch
the
this.
time,
All
The Catholics
from the
have the
time
biggest
of the
following
resurrection.
in
They
the
just want to
world.
be
They
Muslim.
have
From the
more
time of the
books than your
resurrection,
Bible,
they have
so
been
it hasn't
debunked.
been debunked because they have more followers than you. So if you
No,
don't
no,
use the
no.
book and
Yo,
they
listen.
do, you're the only
Asar.
one that's been debunked.
So
Facts.
Asar,
So
by
the
your
Christian
own
religion
logic,
didn't grow
by your
again.
own logic, I can go and pick up hadith that's weak and use that against Islam, right?
No, you can't use a weak
consider it
hadith,
Exactly.
mate.
So why are you
have
trying
more-
to do that
If
with
If you're a
Islam.
Salafi
why
and
you
you're
trying to do
talking
that
to a
with Christianity
Hanafi
then?
and you try to prove that,
Why are
you
you
need
trying
to
to do
make
that
sure
with
that you use
Christianity
the
then?
sources. You
You see,
are
you're
a
being
lower Christian
disingenuous.
sect.
That's the problem with y'all,
You
man.
don't have many followers. You don't
Yo,
have
you're
the
being
same amount of
disingenuous. That's
followers
the
as the
problem with y'all,
Catholics.
bro.
Keep
You
going
have
back to
72
sources and
books.
ignore the
You have
original source that
68
you
books.
both believe
You've
in.
been debunked by the Catholic Church. They have more followers than you. You become the
Man, they've been
hieratic,
debunked. Yo,
and
listen,
you're
this guy's
not
talking
in
about
the
weak
same
hadith,
league
bro.
as them.
He's
That's the
arguing
point.
for weak hadith to basically come at
You claim
Christianity.
it's weaker, but there's more Catholics than you, isn't
How
there?
you using
You have more
weak
followers
hadith
than
to
the
come at
Catholics.
Christianity? You would never keep that same standard for Islam.
You have more
So why are you
followers
doing
than
that
the
with
Catholics,
Christianity?
yes or no? No,
What?
you don't?
What?
Okay, so then the Catholic Church is stronger than you and
What are you
stronger
talking
than
about?
your movement. They
What
have
are you
more
talking
people
about?
than you.
What
What
are
do
you
you mean?
talking
What are
about?
we talking about? We're talking
What are
about
you talking
you
about,
claiming
bro?
that it was debunked,
Yo,
and it hasn't been
hold on.
because the
Is the
Catholics
Gospel
have
of
more
Thomas is
sources
the
and more
Gospel of
people than
Thomas
you.
You
part of
believe in
the
it. Do you
Injil, part of the
understand,
Bible?
Ozar?
Is the Gospel
Islam
of Thomas
believes
part
What are
of
you
the Bible?
talking about? Where are you going?
Is
Yeah, we're gonna get back to
the
what Saber
Gospel of
asked
Thomas
you.
part
Says,
of
do you
the
know
four
the
Gospels
Gospel
in
of
the Bible?
Thomas? Yes or no? Because if you don't, you need
Let
to
me ask you
listen
that.
so that you can
Is
try
it
to
part of
answer
the
the
four
question.
Gospels in the Bible or not?
Is your Bible the only
Is it
Bible?
or
Yes or
not?
no?
Is it or
Yes or
not?
no?
Is it or
Yeah,
not?
it's in the Bible. It's not in
Is
yours.
it or not? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
part
in
of
the
the four
Bible. It's
Gospels
not in
accepted
yours.
widely
Okay,
as
so
part of the
watch
gospel?
Is
this.
the Catholic Bible
Is it or
bigger
not?
than your Bible? Yes or no?
Yo, you being
Watch this.
disingenuous, bro.
Saber,
You
No,
being
it ain't.
disingenuous.
Okay, so my brother Easy Bandz, where's the Gospel of Mary?
Exactly. It's not in there.
Oh,
Okay, why wouldn't the Gospel of the mother who bore the Holy Ghost, Jesus, why wouldn't it be in the Bible?
Let me ask you this.
Because it's not real.
Let me ask you this.
Stop trying to ask the question and answer the
Why
question.
would it have to be? Why would it have to be? Why would
Bro,
it
that's
even
his
have to be a
mother. It
gospel?
would have to be to
Why?
validate the situation.
Take it out to make
Mother
Christianity
needs
look
to be
good.
there.
Obviously.
Wait, hold on. Because
No, hold on.
Mary,
Why?
All the books do this. You must understand
Mary,
this, all of you.
Mary knows best.
No, where's the rule? Where's the rule that says Mary knows best?
Watch this.
Because that's his mama. What
Bro,
you talking
Mary
about?
was a
does your mama
sonic.
know everything you do, bro?
One
In
second.
Does your
Judaism,
mama
that's
know
a high
everything
level,
you
you
do?
know.
Let me just do them
She
dirty.
wasn't
Does
a
your grown ass
virgin.
man?
She
Does your
got
mama know everything you
impregnated by a
do?
Roman soldier.
Does your mama know everything you do as a grown ass man?
That's what it says in the Talmud
no,
about Roman
wait.
soldier.
No, it doesn't say it in the Talmud.
It does say that in the
Watch
Talmud.
Man, y'all
That Jesus'
bugging,
mountain
man.
father was a Roman
wait.
soldier. What are you
Come
talking
on,
Why
about?
won't you let me
Are you trying to
talk?
school?
Won't you let me talk?
It doesn't matter. Either way, you don't believe that Jesus is God.
Of
Your
course he's
religion is
not
the
God.
worst. You have
Even
to believe
according
in the
to my
Torah and the
traditional
Gospels for
African
your religion
traditional
to be
religion,
true.
not even religion, sir, my African traditional thought of mine, like the teachings and that, bro, God is not a physical, he can't be. This is why it's
He's
tricky
not from
on
the
the
books.
African
That's all I
Christian.
know. I believe in God, but he's not from the books.
You don't believe in God, you worship a man. Let's just keep it like
I
that.
don't believe
You don't
in
know
Jesus.
God.
I'm agnostic.
Ah, cool. I hear you.
Also,
Good
I
one.
got that wrong.
God also is a ghost. Now,
no, Reggie, you don't know
me
what
get
God
back.
is. You live in America. You're westernized. Your
Yeah.
mindset, I wouldn't want to be.
No,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I live in
Absolutely.
America.
You have zero understanding of African culture, tradition.
Why do you
And
keep talking
there
like
is not
that?
one, there
Wait,
is not
how
about
one
the Asian
atheist.
culture?
Hey, listen,
Wait, okay,
there
so
is not
let me-
one atheist
Akan, what
tribe
about
in
Asian
Africa.
culture?
Hold on.
All right, let Reggie
America.
respond.
My
One
professors,
atheist tribe in Africa.
were some of the greatest professors.
I wouldn't want to be.
My professors were some of the
Bro,
greatest
I wouldn't want to
professors,
be you. I wouldn't want to
right?
be near
And
them
All right,
because
let
they
him
don't know
respond.
nothing.
Right? And
I don't
guess
care
what?
about your what's his name, Dr. Ben and that. I don't give a toss. If you
All right,
are
what
not
about
in
Jacob
tact,
Ross?
if you're not tapped into
What about
African
that
culture,
Philip
you
Jeffries?
don't know
Saber.
nothing.
What about Jacob
He
Crothers?
claiming,
You don't know
What about
nothing,
Lindy?
Reggie. You don't know nothing. And
All right,
you're
let Reggie
He's
respond.
claiming African spirituality, and his name is Akan
there's no higher
Ibn
power?
Jah.
Who
So he
told
got
you?
Islam in the
Listen, it's
middle
not
of his name.
our
He's the
fault
son of Jah.
that you
How
lost
you the
your
son of Jah,
culture
but you
and
talking
you
about
lost your
African
identity.
religion?
African
Let's
culture.
keep it real.
Yeah, your
You know
name
what I
ain't
mean?
even right for
The
African
only
culture.
thing I
What are
give to
talking
you
about?
Americans is that you can date your
You're an
great
Akan, son
grandparent.
of
That
the Jews.
some of us
What are you doing?
Africans, if it weren't for the fact of certain
Where'd you
traditional
live,
names,
Akan?
You're not
then
even making
cool.
sense. Go ahead,
Other
brother.
than that, we're kind of learned of our roots and that. And
What's learned about you? What your name is Akan Ibn Jah. You're the
That's
son
my
of
roots.
Jah, but you're an Akan. What are you doing?
That's where the Khans came from.
What are you
They came
doing?
from the Jah dynasty.
I don't know an Akan that's
They
the
came
son
from the
of
Jah dynasty.
Yah.
Bozo.
What are you doing?
You're a bozo. Listen, you don't know nothing. You don't know my people.
You Akan and
You
Jewish
don't
at the
know my
same time.
people.
Which
You're
tradition
from
is
What's the
yours?
first Akan queen mother? What's her
His name got him
Where are
mixed
you
up.
from?
What's her
Akan?
name? What's the first Akan queen mother? What's her name?
Who you talking about?
The Akan. You see the founder. The
It don't
founder
matter
of the
because you
Akan
created
people.
Yah. So what
Hey, bro,
special
you're
role does
bozo.
the Akan
Listen,
queen
don't
have
talk
in the
about.
Jewish
Listen, keep
religion?
my people's name out your
What
mouth.
special
And
role
don't
does the
ask
Akan
why is
queen
my
have in the
name
Jewish
this and that,
religion?
because it
You ain't
relates back
no
to my
Akan.
people,
I'll
innit?
meet you over there. I'll be like, Salbona Winondani, who's this guy? They'll be like, I don't know who that is. He from
What did
Britain.
he just say? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know the
That's not
language.
true.
I'll meet
That's
you
not
over
true.
there and you
That's not true.
you
What
don't
did he
even
just
speak
say?
the language. Stop, you're a
What
fake.
is that? What was
All right,
that?
keep going,
Chinese?
Saber. You
What was
said
that?
what is that?
Chinese?
You don't
Listen,
even know the
Akans have
language.
nothing to do with Egypt. Yeah, let me make that fiddy
And
for
that ain't
you. Yeah?
Egyptian speech. That's how slow you are. You're not even
You got
African. You
Ausar
faking.
and Car on your thing,
Akan
thinking
Ibn
that
Jah,
Ashanti
Akan Ibn Jah,
get
you are
our
not
Egyptian
up to
custom
par, brother.
from
And
Egypt,
this is
bro.
the
We have
problem. You
nothing to
see,
do with
you don't
Egypt.
get it,
You
mate.
bozo, man.
You a
You're
bum.
bozo, man. All
Akan Ibn
you
Jah, stop.
Reggies, all
Your
you.
name is mixed up.
Even
What does
the
the Akan
Garfield
have to
ran
do?
from me.
Hold
How
up.
about that?
We're
How
gonna give you
about
the
that?
floor.
Garfield ran from me.
Tell us
How
what
about that?
Akan.
How about Garfield is scared when I come on that panel? How about that?
Garfield scared everybody that come. But what do
Come
your
on,
name
bro.
have to
At
do
least
with
you know, innit?
Akan
But
and Jah at the same time?
Jah,
How you get that?
that's where the Akans come from. Dia. Jah.
They come from Jah?
GYA.
From Yah?
Jadu. That's where we come
Don't
from.
disrespect my culture never again.
All right,
you
family
don't know my
tree.
people
You lot been
like that,
going
man.
in for the
You don't
longest.
know my people,
Let
but
me just
keep
mute
my
up
people's name
everybody's
out your
mics
mouth,
right
you
now.
idiot, man.
Jessu. Oh my God. Family tree, let me know in the comment section if you're enjoying the show so far. I made sure I allowed it to go on. Oh, that's Vegeta. Okay. Yeah, I made sure I allowed it to go on, untampered for as long as possible. I haven't heard the opinions and voices of a lot of our followers. So finally, we actually get into hear what is on everybody's minds and their thoughts. So that's been quite interesting. Anyways, yeah, let me get some order back. Because secretly, I was actually having some food in it. Like, that's the real reason you ain't seen me.
So you didn't hear me? You didn't hear me go in?
Yeah, no, I heard you. I'm there. I'm monitoring it. Of course, I'm hearing that. So I want to get Mr. Controversial on first to start off the conversation. So Tonto, what you saying? You was here at the beginning. What was the topic that you was on?
I've been talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're having more in wars. Than it's more fun watching the two Akan and Ausar fight than it is.
Nah, man. Nah, man. It's fun hearing. I'm going to be inflammatory. Yeah, this is just me catching jokes, right? It's good to hear the white, Polish, Jew, non-Jew.
I'm half African, so thank you. I'm from half African.
Going in. So yeah, let me make sure that you have your say first. So go ahead. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
The only thing I like talking about is I don't understand. Like, Akan, you're a Muslim, right? You said you'd talk to me after you spoke to Reginald.
Yeah, go on, we can talk.
Hold on. Before that, I want you to, if you're going to ask him a question, just one question, then mute your mic and then let him talk, okay?
Okay.
Go on, Tonto. Go on. Ask the question.
When Muslims talk about other religions, they go back to claiming things that are false. Yet in the Quran, it specifically says that they rely or that the scriptures before them are the truth and that they have to believe in them. Muhammad said that. So when Muslims criticize other religions, they're just criticizing and debunking their own religion. And so I find it incredible that they can go back and say things like that. There's no proof at all that Mecca existed. There was an invading army in the 7th century that didn't even mention Mecca as a city. There's zero coins, zero evidence for Muhammad. 90% of Muslims are born into Islam, right? So you're born into it. You don't even question it. You're not allowed to question it for the most period, which is when Akan said you are allowed to question it. You're not. You're actively allowed to lie in the name of Islam, to save face of Islam. It says it in the Quran. Okay. Not hadith, the Quran.
Okay, so pause your mic, mute your mic. There was like 4 different points that you brought up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was just even going to say you brought up 4 different. So which,
really,
which one do you want me to talk about?
It's more you as a person. You seem pretty.
I don't mind talking about
pretty okay, and so to not believe in some of the things that I could bring up something else, but I'm saying for you personally to understand that if Christianity isn't true and you don't believe in it, then Islam can't be true either.
And then I never said I don't believe in Christianity.
Okay, so let's start.
Well, that's another thing. But what you said, the point.
Hold on, okay. Let's start off with number 1, right? Your Quran makes the claim that the Bible has been affirmed in terms of the Torah, the Zabur, and the Injil, and so forth. But there is a common claim, we hear it a lot over the internet, that these books of the scripture are corrupted.
You worded it a bit wrong, Callum.
Go ahead.
The Quran don't say that. It says it confirms the previous scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It don't say it affirms the other books. No,
it does. It does say what Callum just said.
No, it don't say that. Bro.
Yes, it does, brother.
No, it's okay.
There's one thing I can't lie.
It's okay. It's okay, because we haven't brought up the scripture, right? So if anybody else would like to bring up the scripture, you know how we do it. If you are truthful, then provide your evidence. So if there is no evidence, let's all shut up. We have to source up or shut up. So
all right, let me just look.
We're gonna get the quote up on the screen in a little while, but let's go based upon your own premise that it doesn't say that in the scripture, and it says whatever you're saying. Go ahead, speak on that.
Yeah, basically, I think what he's trying to allude to is when the Quran says that if you're in not doubt, but if you have a hard understanding of the Quran, that you should go to the people previous. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about
when it talks about the Torah.
Just say yes. Just say yes, bro. Just say yes. That one too. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to say quickly that I'm talking about one specific situation where Muhammad lays down the Torah and says, if you don't believe in this, you don't believe in anything, and you need to judge by the book.
He never said that.
And the reason they didn't want to judge this.
Cool. Yeah, let's go into it. Cool. First of all, the Quran, it don't say that the Torah is not fully corrupted. It says that the rabbis dibbled and dabbled with it. You understand? So the context of that, in Judaism.
Show us the verses that say that. Show us the verses that say that.
Callum.
Easy Bandz.
See how I muted my mic?
Yeah. You're right. Cool. Go on, Akan.
So, Tonto, basically in Judaism, you've got something called the Keri. So that's the recitation, and the Ketiv. You know what I'm talking about? The Keri and the Ketiv.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the rabbis, they've been given that authority to change certain things within the Ketiv that differs from the recitation. Do you know that?
When?
No, this is a fact. I
didn't say
Google
it's
it now.
I said, when did they do this?
Let me Google it now. Hold on.
Because
I don't want to come out.
If you want me to save you time, I can save you time. The point is, at the time Muhammad was alive, and when
but we're getting into
he said the
I'm
books.
saying. We're
Listen,
getting into
1 second. The books of the time that Muhammad was there are the scriptures, and they have not been changed in 800 years.
No, they had to have been changed. They had to have been changed because
we have the Dead
Sea
Scrolls.
The
The time of your prophet
people,
Muhammad
man,
is the same book we have today.
What's the people? The Masoretics. Yes, the Masoretics. I think that's the same kind of period. The
Dead Sea
Masoretic
Scrolls,
all them things was made. So, but that's a rewriting. That's there was already a older tradition before that. You know, like the
Qumran. So you agree that that's fine. If there was an older tradition. Listen, Akan,
so whatever but there was things changed. They're not.
You have a
hadith. The scriptures are not. They're not on point.
But listen, Akan, you have a hadith that explains that Muhammad says these books at the time that
What?
you
No, show me the hadith. Show
are
me.
the
It
word
don't
of
say
Allah,
that.
and Allah's words
It
cannot
don't
be
say
changed.
that. You're making it up. It don't.
Okay.
Show me the hadith.
All right, one second. One second. Easy
that.
Bandz. Easy Bandz. It seems as though that you're more, I don't know, clued up with this in terms of pulling out the scriptures. Can you pull up that hadith at all?
So right now I have Surah 5 verse 47.
Okay.
Which basically says, I don't have it on because I'm using my phone. So
okay.
Let me see if I can go on Google. Let
the followers of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed therein, and those who do not judge by what Allah has revealed are the transgressors.
547. 547.
So,
you're saying, right?
It was Surah 5.
Hey, Easy Bandz, I want
47.
to ask you something. Is the Bible untouched? Are you saying it's in its pure state from the time of Jesus?
That's jumping to another topic. Let's just keep to one topic at hand.
No, because it's within the same topic.
Hold on, bro.
It is.
Hold on.
There's a hadith that explains that it's at the time.
Because if he says it's not, it's technically what I'm saying. It's technically what I'm saying.
547. I don't know which one is best for you. I know most people have the Yusuf Ali. So it says here, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah hath revealed therein. If any do fail to judge by the light of or by what Allah hath revealed, they are those who rebel.
So what? How can this verse help you in any way? I don't get it.
So hold on. So brother, so listen. So are you trying to say that right now? Hold on, bro. Let me get this. Are you trying to say that Allah is basically telling people to follow a corrupt book?
He's saying, and let the people of the gospel judge.
No,
read the gospel.
Yo, Callum, if you don't mind, can you read it for him again? Maybe he missed it the first time.
Okay, it says, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah hath revealed therein.
So you're talking about the Quran. Okay, go on.
No, it's about the gospels.
Okay, go on.
It's saying that Allah has...
It's initially what I said. It's initially what I said, but go on.
It's basically saying that Allah has revealed the gospels to the Christians. And let the Christians
saying,
judge.
And let the people of the gospel, bro. It's saying, hold on, let me go back to it. What's even the word for gospel? Ahlu Injil. Like people of the. I'm not the people of the gospel, bro.
Injil is gospel.
I'm not the people of the gospel. There's Christians that do agree with what I'm saying.
You're missing
the Bible's
the point.
Not in its pure state.
You're missing the point.
I'm not the people of the gospel, Ruboy.
Bro, I know you're getting nervous right now, but you're missing the point.
I'm not getting nervous. It's because you're mistranslating the thing. I'm getting annoyed. Because you're
getting nervous, bro, because you're getting corny.
I swear on my son's heartbeat, I'm never getting nervous.
Nah, don't.
Especially American.
Don't.
I could
leave
never.
Your son out of
you
this.
lot are annoying, but bro,
leave your son out of
this. You are misinterpreting that verse, bro.
Holy.
I put a hadith in the chat that explains the
people of the gospel, bro.
Listen, that doesn't even need the hadith. That's straightforward. It's basically saying that Allah revealed the Injil, which is the gospel.
You're lying. You're
Callum,
capping.
can you read it again, please?
You are lying. Let me read it for you.
I'm going to
You're an idiot. Let me read it for you.
I'm going to do another one
bit by bit.
Let's wait. Hold on, one second. Let's just do this other one as well, and then we can, talk about it. Okay.
This is
the liar, fam. That's what these Americans do, man.
Okay,
cool. Are you serious, bro? Read it.
This is Sunan Abi Dawood, and it says here, a group of Jews came and invited the Messenger of Allah to Kuf. So he visited them in their school. They said, Abu Qasim, one of our men has committed fornication with a woman. So pronounce judgment upon them. They placed a cushion for the Messenger of Allah, who sat on it, and said, bring the Torah. It was then brought. He then withdrew the cushion from beneath him and placed the Torah on it, saying, I believe in thee and in him who revealed thee. He then said, bring me one who is learned among you. Then a young man was brought. The transmitter then mentioned the rest of the tradition of stoning, similar to the one transmitted by Malik from Nafi.
Okay, so the Jews didn't want to kill him for committing adultery, and then they went to Muhammad, and he said, this book is the word of Allah, and you need to believe in it and follow his rules.
So wait. Who went to wait? Pause. I'm never running. Never run. So pause. Who came to him?
The Jews.
They didn't want to kill the man. They know what the Torah says.
Thank you. Who came to him?
The Jews.
Group of Jews.
Okay, Callum. Who came to him?
The Jews.
You see, Callum, so he's doing the same thing. So
I believed in thee and in him who revealed thee.
And you need to even know what's even amazing. Why did they even go to the Prophet Muhammad?
Because they didn't want to kill the man for cheating on his wife.
Why did they go to him even for judgment? There's two things that's even funny. Jews came to him, and Jews came to him for judgment. What's going on?
See how he's changing the goalpost?
Because otherwise they would be killed.
I'm not changing the goalpost.
Relax. You let him change the goalpost the first time. Hold on, brother.
You lot are just scared because
hold on, brother.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, brother.
Read it again. We're trying to help you.
What's the line? Because I want
I'm proper confused. Jews came to the Prophet Muhammad, so that even shows his superiority over them.
He's changing the goalpost.
Oh my God!
He's changing the goalpost.
He was threatening to kill everyone if you don't join Islam.
Show me that
bro,
the timeline.
Don't
him trying to threaten them, and then after they're coming for judgment.
Don't stick to the point.
Do that.
All right. Let's stop right now. Let me just see if anybody is going to answer this question. Otherwise, we're going to move on to another topic.
Yeah, he's not going to answer. He can't.
All right, so
no, but I'm basically saying Jews came. It's correctly what they've done.
People 2 or 3 minutes.
It would have been funny. It would have been funny if he gave Quranic judgment on them.
Can I say one last thing?
They don't even believe in him being a messenger.
Listen, Akan, I just want to repeat one thing for you very simply.
Yo, fam, that's the big dog. Like, we need to know what one even in our book.
Akan, listen, your book was written by who?
Bro.
Who wrote your book?
You see how you're shifting it. So let's go into the coins bit. So what did you
let's go into the points. I'm just going to read again one last time and then we can move on.
That's it. We're moving away
Let's
from...
move on.
Let's move away from this.
I'm a bit loved over here.
Kalam, could you give everybody when they're responding just 2 minutes and then move on so other people can participate?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I certainly want to be a part of your show because we haven't talked in a long time.
Definitely.
But so if there's a topic, can everybody just get 2 or 3 minutes and then move on instead of just back and forth between 2 or 3 people?
Definitely.
I want to talk about what you love talking about, Reggie, Black Jews. Like when you heard about that, you came on the panel straight away. I want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if that's the topic, and so let's do 2 or 3 minutes a piece of all the panelists and then move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And real quickly, Vegeta, if you come back, I will drop out and you can come in. And if you've got any questions for any of our panel members, because I know you was dropping a lot of comments in the comment section before, so please come back in if you can. All right, go on, Reggie. The floor is yours.
Okay, so the good brother that wants to talk to me about Jesus, so why don't you make your point and I can respond to it, or do you, or tell me at least what you disagree with me on? Hello?
Who's that? Easy Bandz or is it for Tonto?
No, that was the other guy, Akan. Ibn John, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Akan, unmute your mic.
What happened? What was the question?
Yeah, what's the question? What do you want to?
No, because basically, yeah. So yeah, you see, the Hebrewisms of West Africa and all them things that you love, you know what I mean? I know you love them topics, but basically, are you saying that the Africans converted to Judaism?
Yes.
What? Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if this is the topic, you have to start with the time period of the Berbers and the falling of the temple.
What temple?
The Jewish temple.
But why the Berbers?
Well, yeah. Okay, so so let's start in the period where there are real people. In Hebrew Bible, the person that we know best that we can establish in history is Hezekiah, right? We can, because we have extra biblical information, right? That you have the people from the Nile Valley verifying that there's a Taharka. You have there's Taharka, and then you have him in the same period as Hezekiah, and we have a seal of Hezekiah with a ankh on it and a scarab. So we know that Hezekiah at one point was a vassal of the Africans. That we can establish by extra biblical. But I want to move to the period. The period that's important is the time period of the covenant coming into Africa, and possibly Queen Kahina may have taken on that faith, right? So we actually have that period. We also have an earlier period with the Punic people of Carthagena, that they took on it wasn't a Hebrew faith, but they took on a faith of the Levant inside Carthagena, right? So we have that. So we have groups of people that you call of the covenant, the Brit, the Abrahamic in North Africa.
Okay.
And then you have the Islamic revolution of Muhammad.
Now put Islam for aside for a second, because I kind of know what you're gonna say, but you can't put like Israelite narratives on all Islam, because certain hadiths wasn't even revealed to certain people. So certain narrations and certain books of tafsir wouldn't have reached West Africa. So when you're saying, these people like the Soninke, for example, they would have been influenced by Islam because of their Judeo narratives, that's kind of false, because you would have to prove that they had certain books that they were reading. Remember, the only book that would have been generalized.
I don't have to prove that because I don't have to prove that because largely it's an oral tradition.
So you do have to prove it. You do, because there was a form of Judaism around that area. You see what you're saying about the covenant people, how you're trying to word it. Did them people move further south?
Those people during the Berber, the so-called Berber period, the Amazighi period, they integrated with those groups of people. I'm talking about the covenant, the Brit, the Mabry, the Hebrews. They were in that area, and when after the Prophet Muhammad died,
say that again, sir. I didn't hear you properly. Say that again, Reggie. Repeat that again, sir.
Hold on, before you do repeat it, let me just shout out Tonto. Thank you for coming through. Your presence has been definitely welcomed, was needed, and it gives more variety and diversity on the channel itself. So I appreciate that. Do you want to say any last closing words before you go off?
No, just that free speech is really important, and that discussion.
Now, big up Tonto, man. Don't worry, man. You're cool, man. I ain't like.
No, but really, like free speech is.
You ain't gonna hear me say some racist mad things, man.
He's still talking about my history, trying to close out. Hold up, let him close out, brother.
Shut up, man. Just shut up.
No, but I do. I think that the whole world is dying because people don't talk over simple things. Even if you don't believe and you go away with differing opinions, who cares? At least you've heard someone's idea, and you might then think about something else. And that's the most important thing. But thank you.
Definitely. All right. See you. Salute. All right. Let me get back. Where are we? Kwame, let's get you back into the mix as well. Kwame, you're there. So after after Reggie speaks, I would love to hear what Kwame has to say as well. Go ahead.
Kwame. But yeah, Reggie, so you see West Africa, yeah? You see the for example, let's not even talk about Soninke, let's talk about my people, the Akan, yeah? Can you prove we converted to Judaism? Because we blatantly have certain oral stories that is DO to the core. So did we convert to it? Did we get it from trade? Or you know what I mean? Like, did we buy it? Or what is it? Like, how did we get it? The Akan.
Well, I think North Africa is the key. So the so-called Jewish communities were present in the Maghreb region. I don't think that anybody would say that. And that includes Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, right? Certainly after the fall of the Second Temple, right? They established themselves in that region. They took over the old trade routes, right? This is prior to Islam, right? So we have trade routes that are established, right?
Yeah.
It is when the Islamic revolution occurs after the Prophet Muhammad. You will meet Judahized. They will meet Judahized Berbers, right?
Yeah.
And Berbers are there are some that are Judahized, and there's some following their ancient traditions. Based on this formula that Muslims have of taking the Shahada. The Shahada.
But it's Reggie, it's another convo you're trying to go into, but you're mixing into. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about. Because even these Islamic scholars, when they were writing about the ancient empires of West Africa, they even had to say, yo, we don't even know too tough about these, man, you know. We just writing what we're hearing. So you've got to go to the people and examine them. You're going into some next convo.
No,
I asked you, can you prove that Akan got there? And you've blatantly skipped that. You've not even answered that. You've not even attempted.
No, it's not that I didn't.
Do you know any Judeo stories of the Akan?
Wait. I'm answering your question, but I'm making sure that the audience knows some history about the Judahized Berbers. They know some history about then the Islamic revolution.
Yeah, but it's like Reggie, that's the next that's a teaching that we're not doing that, bro. You didn't answer my question.
You're not doing it. Sit back so he can
talk
with
Ausar,
you.
Please,
Otherwise,
man.
it ain't a
We
conversation.
can have our convo. I know you
brother, you bumping your gums the whole time. You gotta let somebody else speak. Let the mic breathe.
Don't worry,
bro. We worry because you bumping your gums and can't nobody hear nothing else.
Don't worry, bro. I know how you feel about me already. Hey, Reggie.
You don't know how nothing. Reggie. I don't know you like that, but you bumping your gums way too much.
You know, that's the
Here's the thing
that's why it's
you didn't even let the cat close out. You still talking and you ain't said nothing yet. Let him finish so you can have something to discuss.
But Reggie.
No, we're not doing that, Reggie. No, sit back for 2 seconds so you can see what he's doing.
Reggie, yeah.
Stop talking to Reggie. Let Reggie talk.
No, bro, stop talking to me,
You stop talking. That's what we're telling you.
Stop talking to me, blood.
Stop. Close your mouth for 2 seconds so we can hear somebody else speak.
Why are you talking to me, cuz?
Okay,
because you keep running your mouth. Quit talking. That's why I'm talking to you. Quit talking. So Reggie can talk.
Laughing at you, man. I'm not taking you serious. You're a big bro, man. Don't worry, man.
You should take me serious.
You're cool, man.
I'm going to tell you why you should take
me, man.
Why you should take me serious, right? Is because on this panel, I think I'm the only one with a journal article, meaning that I can write, I can cite, and I can get my work accepted in a journal, right? So
You're not answering what I'm saying.
No, I just need to say that. Second, I need to say that the Judahized Berbers were part of that trade network, right? When the Islamic revolution comes in, right, they have to pay the jizya, right? The trade of the Muslims at that time period was trade, which was ivory, gold, and in fact, people, right? As being the servants of the Islamic traditions, they went further into Africa for the slave trade. These Judahized Berbers, right? They are also spreading their religion, and they're spreading their religion. So Islam is already there because Islam will come in.
Hey Reggie, fam, how did the Akan get their Hebrew narrations and stories from?
By
trade. Did they get it? How did they get it? Prove it.
even
What
for
source?
example,
Where's your source? Where's your source? Where's your narrative? Where is it?
All right, let me just say this, Reggie. Let me just say this, just to help and just so we can move on. There really isn't an answer for you, Reggie, because like there's no sources that actually show what he's asking. So can we move on?
there are sources.
No,
He's
he's
talking about
correct.
his specific.
He's dead on correct. He's
No,
dead on.
he's said-
What you're saying, Reggie, like, where's your source? Prove it.
He's
Because there
basically
is
talking about the
narrations and
specific book, so
stories
you're
of
not gonna
Akan
find the source. So let's just move on.
trading
Okay, so
outside of Ghana,
how much time do I?
and there is
how much time
information
do-
about our heritage. You get me? But
Wait.
what you're trying to say, that's not where's the source.
Okay,
I've got sources to prove my claim.
okay.
So let's talk about. Oh, go ahead, Saber. You want me?
I'm not
you want
gonna
me
talk about all of it because I'm not trying to weaponize people like you, Ausar. You need to go
Can't,
find it.
because I already got the
I'm
answers
gonna
to the
give you
quiz.
sprinkles.
I'm just
though.
going to school
Don't
you
get
on it
twisted.
so
I
that
ain't gonna
you have
give you my
further
master
information.
sources. You ain't
'Cause-
ready for them. I think you need
Yo,
money
Akan,
for
move
that.
on to your next
Bro, I
question.
think
You
you need
need
to slow
money
down.
for
You
that.
don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm not.
So,
I'm not trying to help
Let's
you
begin.
out.
Let's
Fuck
begin. If
that.
you don't mind me
I'm
cutting
gonna
in for
give you
2
my
hot
weak
seconds, Saber.
ones, and even
The
that'll
Sephardi
murder.
Jews and the Mizrahi Jews, who primarily live in the Maghreb of North Africa, including Morocco, Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, Sudan, and Egypt. That's
I
where we're
muted
going to
myself, by
start.
the way.
That's where we're going to start. So, number one, when you talk about the
Bro,
Hellenistic,
I'm not talking to you,
I
fam.
don't ask you to
I'm not
talk. I'm
talking
talking
to
to
you,
you
fam.
and everybody
Stop
listening.
trying to
So you're
help the
supposed to
guy.
be
No,
quiet.
we're not
You
doing that.
bumping
We're
your
not. It's
gums
not
in your
America
dead
every
wrong.
day.
But
It's
now
not
the
America
evidence is
every
coming
day,
out. You
bro.
want to hide it
It's
and
not
scream over
America
the top
every
of
day,
it.
bro.
Shh,
It's
you
not.
didn't
It's not.
have
It's
it.
not your
Now it's
way,
coming
bro.
out.
No,
Hush,
you're on
hush,
the UK
hush,
panel now,
kiddo.
bro. Nah,
Hush.
broski. Nah,
Now,
fuck that,
it
man.
starts in
Fuck that, bro.
Ethiopia
Hey,
and
Reggie. Hey,
Egypt.
Reggie, yo. Hey,
This
listen,
is
Reggie,
why
answer
we
my
always
question.
point out
Hey,
that the
Reggie,
first
answer my.
cataconic
Fuck that, nah,
school
man. Hey,
starts in
why is he talking
Egypt.
for?
The
Why
other
is he
thing is
talking
this.
for? Why is he
Beta
talking for?
Israel
You know
living
it's getting techie.
primarily in the
You know it's
Amhara
getting
and
techie, and you
Tigray
don't even
regions
know
of
what's going on yourself, so you
Ethiopia
feel some
and
type of way.
sparsely in
You don't
Eritrea.
know what's
The
going on,
Berber
so
Jews,
you are
the
Yo,
panicking
let me
majority
just
of
mute
now.
everybody.
So you're talking.
Talk to me. What are you saying, Reggie?
You are
Okay.
talking about a next motion.
Hold on.
bro.
I can. Go ahead.
All right. So let me give you my sources, and then once I give my sources, then you have to give me you will have to give me sources to counter
No
my sources.
problem.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
Before you do that, Kwame is asking the background. You familiar with Islamic origin? Yep. I'm waiting for you to come on in, Kwame. Let me know if you're going to be speaking as well. Okay. Go on, Reggie.
Okay. So first, we're not talking about Christianity. So let's get rid of Christianity for a second, right? So we only have Christians in Africa, in Ethiopia at this particular time. We do have Jewish or Hebrew or the Covenant. Jewish community has been present in West Africa for centuries. Some accounts suggest an existence as early as the 8th century. You could simply go to the history of Jews in Africa, Wikipedia source, right? You can also go to Jews of Bilal el Sudan. You can go that, right? So then there is extra, there's sources between the great African leaders and the Jews, right, by several of the great African leaders. Migration routes, Jewish migration into West Africa occurred several routes. Some Jews traveled south through Egypt, through the Sahel corridor, which migrated with Morocco and Egypt. There were also migrations from Portugal following the expulsion of Jews during the Inquisition, right? So then, according to Tariq al-Sudan, a historical chronicle, one of the early Jewish influences in the region was the Zuwa al-Yaman, a ruler believed to have come from Jewish community in Yemen. He and his brother are said to have settled near the Niger River in the 6th century. So there are Jews in West Africa, in North Africa, integrating with Jews, integrating with.
Are you saying he's a Jew? What, Zohar al-Yaman? Did you just say he's a Jew?
According to Tariq al-Sudan, right? That talks about
what page?
Influences, right?
What page?
I've
got the book.
Okay.
Let me go to my library right now.
Yeah, okay. So while we're doing that, what I am establishing is that this trade works between early Jews and Africans, right? And I cited 2 routes. The other part of it is the Islamic trade and the requirement of gold and slaves and gold slaves and ivory, right? And so you certainly have Mansa Musa's route. Mansa Musa's route.
Wait, Reggie, you see what you just said about Zua Aliaman being Jewish from Tariq Al Sudan? Can you show me what page that is? I've got the Arabic and the English.
Okay, so give me a second and see. I don't have.
Or did you get that from Wikipedia, or you're reading like some? You know what I mean? Like what source is that?
Right. So no, I'm currently right now I'm just reading the sources that I have, and so
yeah. What source is that?
So you're saying
if anything, you're helping me out, and that's like Ross. Say what it says. That
no, you just keep cutting me. You keep cutting me off, and you're looking for little points, right? That is not really going.
Because I want to know where your mind's at, where you're getting your info from.
Where anybody could look at what I'm talking about, and then they can contradict me. But I'm not just talking about the Zulu Al-Yaman. I am talking about
but that's the Akan's ancestor. You just named the Akan's ancestor right there. Right there. You just
I'm talking about the Judah.
You see my name?
Berbers. So you're saying now I'm gonna say this. If you know about the Akan go weights, you do know that, right? You know about the Akan.
Hold on 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds.
Right. So the way apologists do is that they look for quick pointers, and they try that he's not going to impeach me. What he's going to ask me is for a page number. So if we want to have a full conversation,
we're not talking about page number. No, I kind of right. Myself so you're not even reading from a proper source, but you're naming.
I'm not reading from a. I'm not reading from a. I'm not reading.
That's not in the Tariq Al Sudan. That is not.
Tariq Al Sudan is not a proper source.
It is a proper source, but that's not in the source. What you just said, the Jewish community, something in the Tariq Al Sudan. It don't say that. Even in the Fatash, it don't say that. The only thing in the Fatash that can lead towards the Zua being Jewish, which I already know they are, but the Tariq Al Sudan and the Fatash do not say the Zua dynasty are Jewish. It's another source that I've got. That I know.
Okay, but then you say, look what you do. So you're a kafir. So you're a kafir because you are trying to cover. You say that you know, but then you're challenging me on the
fact. But that's not in the source. That's not in the source. But we can still use the Tariq Al Sudan as a evidence to prove my case anyway.
Okay, Akan. So what are you saying? Where do your people, the Akan, actually get these traditions from?
Our ancestors come from the Tsar dynasty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've got to say. So every Israelite theory that's upon us, it comes all from them. That's my point.
Who's that? The dark?
The Tsar dynasty. And you know, if you want to talk about DNA, oh Lord, come on, man. We've got North African blood. Don't play those games.
Nobody said that.
Don't play those games.
No people, bro. You're making arguments by yourself. You want to go
DNA? It's long, Reggie.
Nobody's saying that.
All right. No one back home's watching, Reggie.
If you want to say, even if you want to say that the Zua Aliman, right, come from Yemenis,
no, they don't come from Yemen. They don't even come from Yemen. That's cap. That's Islamic influence. That's Islamic influence. They don't even come from Yemen.
Even if you want to say that, you still don't disturb my point of Judaized Berbers, right? And Jews.
But bro, what do you mean Judaized? You would have to prove Zua Al-Yaman is converted.
Right? No. Okay. So watch this. So watch this. What I would say is that what we have in history is what we have in history.
No, what you have in history, you ain't. No. Don't say we. Don't generalize it. You're the one that's lacking.
You are saying
having. You said that
what you are trying to do.
Ayaman is.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to discredit the North African state of West Africa. That's what you're trying to do.
Can I
okay,
just
hold
ask
on one second now, because I really want to get Kwame on, so I want to hear some more voices. Family Tree, if you lot are enjoying the show so far, please leave us a thumbs up, share this with a friend, send it with somebody else, send it to your family, send it to your man, send it to your girl, let them know that we're live right now on Titans TV, baby, and we've got our old school Titans as alongside our new and upcoming Titans as well, so this is an incredible show. Kwame, I want to hear your voice, man. Talk to me, King.
Peace to Reggie, peace to Kalam, peace to Ausar, peace to everybody on the panel. I wanted to ask the brother in Genesis 11:31. It says that Abraham, Terah, and his family left Ur-Kasdim and settled in Haran. So I wanted to ask the brother, do we have any evidence of the Akan people traveling from Turkey settling to West Africa? Because Abraham and his family came from
say that again. Repeat that whole thing again. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
In Genesis 11:31, it says that Terah and his family, Abraham and them, left Ur-Kasdim and settled in Haran in Turkey. So I wanted to know, do you have any evidence of the Akan people, since you think they're the Israelites traveling from Turkey settling to West Africa?
First of all, when you're talking of the Akan people, the name Akan only dates back to 13th century. So when you're saying, what you're really trying to say is, or not even that you're trying to help it out, but the way you have to word it is the ancestors of the Akan, because the name Akan only dates back to 13th century. It's not even an ancient. There's a name before that. This is what I'm trying to get into. There's a name before that was known as, that is attached to certain family names. So certain Ghanaian names you see is actually a compound name. If you know the tree and you can break it down, you understand. But when you're saying that Akan, you can't really the ancestors and the Akan ancestors is mixed. You're not gonna hear me say we're pure Hebrews. I ain't gonna come here and say that, bro. But what I'm going to say is that Hebrew heritage, we definitely do have that. So if you're talking... So, according to the Hebrew heritage, converts. What you say?
Are you saying the Akans are converts?
You're going to have to prove that.
Well, I'm asking because in the Bible it says
I never said that word. You never heard convert come out my mouth. You said that. So I'm saying you're going to have to prove that.
That's kind of the obvious conclusion, though.
How is it? What's the obvious conclusion?
Because he basically just broke down how the Hebrews began, right? He just said they came from, I think, Iraq or Turkey, he said?
Turkey.
He says Turkey, right? So,
yeah.
And then they
first of all, in my opinion, I don't go with the opinion of everyone that the word Hebrew comes from Eber. I think it started with Abraham, because in the Hebrew, it calls Abraham Ha'ibri, innit?
Yeah, but he just explained to you where Abraham came from. And he doesn't come from the Zah, which is basically, what is it?
The Zah, no, but according to tradition, the Zah descend from Israel, who's a descendant of Jacob, innit?
But you said, okay, so the Zah, you're saying, okay, so that's what I wanted to find out. So you're saying that the Zah, they don't come from the Niger. They come from...
They do come from them. It's not one story. It's a whole episode, bro. It's a whole episode. But
so where does the Zah come
Hebrew
from?
thing, of course, we all know where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? It all goes back to Abraham.
So where do the Zah come from?
That's what I'm trying to say. Abraham and his family go back to Ur-Kasdim in Turkey. So I'm trying to see, how do you connect to the people from Turkey? Because Abraham...
What people from the modern day Turks? What are they Hebrew? Is that what? Do I need to connect to them? Are they Hebrew?
Real quickly?
No, that's not what he's saying.
Real quickly, let me just interrupt your regular viewing program. Family Tree. The link has been sent out in the comment section, right? I want the show to get spiced up a little bit, right? If there is any more Muslims that want to come onto the panel, I'm inviting you on the panel. If there is any more of my Afrocentrists that want to come onto the panel, please do. I need some far rights in the panel as well, just to mix things up. And my Christians, come on in as well. Like, this is an open discussion panel where we get to discuss things, debate things. So come on in and let us know. Steer the conversation. Tag Titans TV and let us know where you would like the conversation to go. All right, continue.
So let's talk about the House of Israel in Ghana, since that's what you claim.
I don't claim them. I don't.
You just said you was a Khan, right?
I don't.
You know where that comes from, right?
I don't claim House of Israel.
Okay, so if you don't claim it, then we need some explanation for it.
Because you talk about the
no, because you about to beat the bush. We're not going to do that today.
I'm not beating
no bush. We need to get this some stuff. Because I know when you say words, no. You claim Akan, so we're going to get to the bottom of who the Akan are. So when you talk about the Sefwi Wiawaso, or you talk about the Sefwi, I didn't ask you what you was. We telling the people because you're not establishing anything. You telling us what you're not.
Don't talk about another group's history. So they're my peoples, though. But
when we talking about the Sefwi Wiawaso and the Sefwi Suwi, the first tribe who built the synagogue in Ghana, it's important to know that these are the Akan that
forget about them, man. Forget about them, bro. We're not
if you don't know about them, you don't know what's going on. Now he mentioned the word Zardan. Now he just talking because he obviously.
Akan, let's hear the question, bro.
You can mute him for 2 seconds, Kalam.
Let's just hear the question.
The mic up, right?
Please, bro.
When we talk about oral tradition, it dates about 200 years ago. That's as far back as we go when it comes to the House of Israel.
Come on, bro. You messing up the show.
You're crying.
No, these are the facts. Y'all been making stuff up all night. Now we get into the actual facts of things. Now, if you don't go there, you have to go further back. This is why I brought up Hellenistic Jewry in the first place, because you see the Hellenistic Jew. Shh, brother.
You can't go to Nashanti, man.
Said nothing.
Sefwi history.
Said nothing.
They'll be like, "What you?"
Now we're saying something. So when we talk about, like I said, when we talk about the Jews who are actually in Africa, then we got to go to the different houses of Jews that converted over. So when you talk about Beta Israel, which you need to, talking about the Fulasha. Yeah. You're talking about the Fulasha. You're talking about those who were in Ethiopia. Talk about Bilal El Sudan.
See, when
in
you
West
can't
Africa.
answer questions, you
talk
about other people.
The Berber Jews, who were the majority, who were assimilated and converted to Islam, especially during the Almohadic Caliphate in the Middle Ages.
Just let him speak.
Why can't us speak?
Come on, crush that dude, man. He ain't said nothing the whole time, and they just interrupted.
Bro, Akan, you were speaking the whole time. We were quiet.
Hey, where's my UK Muslims and all the whatever?
UK Muslims, tell him be quiet so that he can get some decorum in the UK, like most brothers in the UK have. He seemed to be an outlier.
Being cut off.
Nah, man, because it's like I wanted.
Nah, but you ain't talking about nothing, and you ain't said nothing to the people. Now we really build. When we talk about Berber Jews in Africa, it numbers about 8,000 people in Morocco in particular.
I was just talking about surname.
Holy.
Kalam.
Yo, let's get some order back in. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put up a source and we just go through it, right? I mean, we're not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna put up the source, right? So so we use Wikipedia for purposes of sourcing information, and then we can dive deeper when we do these shows. So I just put up a show, right? I put up a source, right? Wikipedia, which is an encyclopedia, which gives us some basic information, right? And if it's disputable, then we can deal with it. So Jews of Bilal El Sudan, right? So we talk about the Sahelian Jews that are there. West African Jewish communities connected to known Jewish communities who migrated to West Africa as merchants for trading opportunities. I said that. Various historical record statements that at one time they were present in Ghana Empire. Ausar said that. Mali, the Maasai Kingdom, and Songhai Empire.
which was called the Bala al Sudan, land of blacks, right? Later years, Jews were expelled from Spain and from Portugal, and as well as Moroccan Jews migrated to communities of the coast of Senegal on the islands of Cape Verde, right? These Jewish communities continued to exist for hundreds of years, but eventually disappeared. Okay, early history. I talked about Tariq al-Sudan, which describes Zuwa Alaman coming from Yemen in Kukura. This is a source. It may not be completely true. It may be a rumor, but it is true, right? It is a source, right? So we have a source. So you would have to discredit that. Africa is identified in various Jewish connections with the Tarish and Ophir, the Septuagint, and Jerome, who was taught by Jews and very often Aramaic. Okay, so I don't want to go through that. I do want to go through, as early Roman times, Moroccan Jews had begun to travel inland in order to trade with groups of Berbers. I talked about the Judaized Berbers, whom there were no Jews lived side by side with Jews. I think I talked about that in my if you want to call it my rant, right?
I didn't hear
When
all
Muslims
of it. I was having troubles of coming back in.
When the Muslims swept across North Africa, Jews and Berbers jointly deified them. Across the Atlas Mountains, the legendary Queen Kahina, tribe of the 7th century Berber Jews and other North African ethnic groups in battle against approaching Islamic warriors. I talked about Queen Kahina, right? In the 10th century.
Yeah, but Reggie, to be fair,
I'm talking. You'll get a chance to talk and go over a source that shows what you said. So I can go down, trade and establishment of communities. Manuscript of Tariq al-Fattash describes a community called the Bani Israel that existed in 402 CE in Tinderma, possessed 332 wells and 7 leaders, which they list. Over here is pages from the Tariq al-Fattash manuscript, which describes the Jews, the Bani Israel of Turdamina, right? It's a source. You can dispute it if you have information. So then there's Jews of the Sahara, right? There's another group of nomadic Jews called the Dagatans, right? And then you have this later period where you have this Rabbi Mordecai, right? In the last Timbuktu community. So what I am trying to establish is the fact that there were Hebrews or Jews in North Africa from integrating with the Berber, dealing with the trade routes, right? Connecting with West Africa, and then there is the transatlantic, the trans-Saharan, right? And then there are groups of people that are converted for various reasons, because of trade, because of warfare, etc. So that deals with the period of the Islamic trans-Saharan slave trade and their Jewish subordinates, their Hebrew subordinates involving in the slave trade and its connections with Timbuktu. So now I'm not going to do, Akan is not the center of the world. I am not going to do that. There are other empires, other groups of people. So the Akan people are important, but they're not more important than the rest of West Africa, where there are other groups. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then for the time of the brother that is talking about me, about his Akan not being associated with Hebrews, not being associated with trade routes, I need. So I will shut up.
Hold up, Saber.
Okay,
let me
cool.
get 2
Reggie,
minutes uninterrupted, Kalam, real quick. Then we can let him go on his tangent, because you know he about to bump his nose for a long time.
For whatever I'm
let me share my screen, big brother. Let me share my screen, big brother.
Learning how to
let me share my screen real quick.
Like, that's
so
a good thing.
Real quick.
Can I answer Reggie?
Kalam, can I share my screen real quick,
Reggie,
so we can go in real quick?
Can I answer Reggie, please?
No, hold tight, because you've been talking the
Reggie,
whole time.
Cool. Show
and the people
thing.
need to see the information.
Go on.
All right. So let me get it in real quick, because we got more to add to what Saber Reggie said.
Bro,
so,
there's nothing to add to,
I'm not able to share my screen. Can y'all see that?
You are not Egyptian.
Can y'all see that? And you're not Jewish. And you don't even seem like you Akan. You sound British. So we know you're not either one of them, brother. But you keep claiming you a Jew.
Was in trade
How you a Jew with no conversion?
You lot are
So who's
bringing
your
baby
family
food
line? Who's your family
sources.
line that gave you the
You
law of
lot are
return?
bringing sources I wipe
So
my
you're not a
ass
Jew,
with.
you're not a Khan. You
Let me
you
mute my
only
mic,
sound
man.
British. You was born in a British hospital, right? You're not Jewish. Stop it. So now, is my screen sharing?
Yeah, your screen sharing now.
Okay, you see the black Jews in Africa and the Americas?
Yeah, we see that. We see that.
Okay, cool. So if y'all really want to know where the info is at, you go to Two Door Parfit, right? Two Door Parfit breaks it down. Black Jews in Africa and the Americas. These are for those of you who made the conversion. Because unless you're a Hellenistic Jew and can show a line from the Falasha and those who were in ancient Egypt at the time when Hellenism came in and the term Jew first starts, you don't have a connection. Right? So this goes over the color of the Jews, the lost tribes of Israel and Africa, Ham's children, Judaic practices and superior stock, half white and half black, half emergence of black Jews in the United States. So he's going to tell you how all this comes into being and where you get it from. The other thing is this here. I just went to the chapter in the book here initially, just so you can know. When it goes to the 1500s to the 1600s. And it tells you, following the persecution, forced conversion, and expulsion of Jews in the Iberian Peninsula in the 15th century, many of them attempted to create a new life in different parts of Africa and Asia. At the same time, in a largely unrelated development, as European colonial activity throughout Africa and Asia increased throughout this period, so Jews tended to follow the colonial flag and particularly the Union Jack. That's how you became a Jew, through conversion. You're in Britain. You follow Union Jack, brother. Unless you got something else to show that you're a Jew by non-conversion, which means that you went by the law of return, and you can show us family members who were there, you need to stop. You're not Jewish. And that's page 1022 in the book I just pulled up for you, which is right here. So you need to get familiar with who you are and how you got there. We already know that the Egyptians was black, so stop it. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, see, now he quiet as a mouse. Where you at? Akan, Ibn Jah?
Reggie. So you see when you said that the Akan wasn't involved in the trade, are you sure?
Akan wasn't first of all,
the trade routes and that, are you really sure?
First of all, wait. First of all, you have to deal with other African kingdoms before you get to the Akan.
No,
right?
I'm dealing with the Akan strictly.
Of your world.
I'm not talking about no other people. I'm saying you're saying that are you just saying it, or you're saying it of intelligence?
I'm very intelligent.
My intelligence.
You got college. You got college. You want to talk that? You got a journal article, right? Who the hell are you? What does Ibn mean anyway?
Hey, bro, did the Akan deal with like gold and all of this past the state of Ashanti?
You asked me a question, so that means you don't know.
You tried to downplay us, bro. You'd like this is what I'm saying. This is why when I asked,
I'm not downplaying you. I'm not downplaying y'all. I'm downplaying you.
Couldn't answer it, bro. That's my point.
I'm downplaying now. Now I'm gonna be nasty.
And who she was around.
Now I'm being nasty.
Okay, they was
I'm
dealing in them routes.
You.
Even that alone, you could have used a certain source against me. That would have even been a bit more challenging. Like what Garfield would have done.
You haven't presented no sources.
Bro, you just showed me Wikipedia.
That's right. Wikipedia with sources. Okay, share my screen again.
Bro, those are sources. You gotta just take it, man. They're sources, bro. But this is all I'm gonna say, Reggie. Reggie, just to play devil's advocate to Reggie and Ausar.
Bro,
we have to take some of those sources.
I've got the source you're wishing for.
One second, bro. Just before you go.
I've got them.
1 second, bro. Before you go.
I've got them. You're
one
reading
second
from Wiki. You even said it talks about their Jewish heritage. It don't in the Fatash and the Sudan. But either than that, you kind of confirmed that the Zua Al-Yaman is Jewish. Cool. But I'm saying to you that the surnames, you see even the list, the king's list of the Tsar dynasty. Yeah. For example, Zabi, I'm going to give you one. Zabi is Jabi. Yeah, that is a kingdom come tribe, a people, and a family name amongst the Akans. Do you want to carry on? I'm not gonna give you more. Why should I give you more, Ausar?
Called the
I know
Kwa.
about Who's talking to
KWA,
you?
not Ja.
You
You're already messing it up.
Where does Jabi come from? Where does Jabi, bro? Where does Jabi come from?
Zardans come from Khazarian converts. So you keep talking about Zardan, you a
Where does
Khazar.
Jabi come from? That's one of the Zar dynasty kings' name. Where does that name come from?
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? Sharp, man, you don't know nothing. Hey, Reggie, Jabi is basically one of the Zar kings, yeah? Zahin, Koron.
Are you trying to be from Kemet and a Hebrew? Nah, B.
Can I say something, Reggie, real
last
quick?
Bit. Basically,
brother Kwame Ma'at.
Basically, Reggie, yeah, there's a name, there's couple names, yeah, of the Akan, yeah. Jahin is another one. It means leopard, innit, yeah? But the literal meaning means Lord of the Fire, innit?
Say, but Reggie, you should call Dr. Esau right now and see
no
if he
one
can
can
confirm
test
any
me
of
on
these
this.
names.
I will kick everybody's asses. Listen, yeah?
No,
anyway,
please.
Reggie,
Stop.
Reggie, Jahin is one of the names of the Zar kings. Yeah, if you, I've got the Arabic source.
You're doing sounding like words. And
I've got the
I don't
Arabic
appreciate
source.
that.
I can read
right?
it. No. Even on Wikipedia, they tell you that the way they're spelling it, there's variations. I've got the Arabic source. I can read it. It is blatantly a car name.
Hey, Reggie.
But in Arabic, you want me to read it?
Arabic? You're supposed to be representing Hebrew. Why are we going to Arabic?
Why are we going to Arabic?
Let me read you the names in Arabic, innit?
You're doing, listen, you're doing.
I'm gonna read it with you too. I'm gonna make sure you know what you're talking about.
Source? Have you got the source?
Kwame, what you got to say? My good brother,
you got the source?
Hey,
have you got the source, sir?
I have put an article in the back chat from Torah.
Have you got the source?
From Gary Rinsberg, and I don't know if you're familiar with it. Deal with Abraham birthplace.
Nah, man, I'm not spilling that too much beans, man. It's too much, but we'll deal with this. I'm not gonna go into more books, man.
Yo, Ausar.
Well, Kwame, I don't think I disagree with you. Are you disagreeing with me? Are you adding? Or you help? What are you doing?
Yeah. I seen you had brought it up to JJ one time, and I seen him dodge the question, so it kind of gave me into the research because I never really heard that theory, and then.
But you see how you
talk.
Hey, Reggie, Reggie, do you object to what I said? Do you object to what I said?
I totally object. Kwame,
I've got the source. Look, hold on.
You doing word sound game. I'm not doing that.
Should I turn my screen on? And I'll give it to you.
I'm talking to Kwame now.
Why are you talking to basically you ran? Is it fair to say you ran?
No,
what do you mean you're not accepting
fair to say
the
I don't
source?
Respect your sources.
It's in Arabic, but you just
why are you using Arabic?
You just said Zua Al Yaman is a Jewish people that came from Yemen and something in the Tariq Al Sudan. It don't say that. So already you tried to talk about a source. I don't know if you tried to downplay it, but you added on something that's not there.
I showed you what I showed you. What I showed you was what I showed. So
Wikipedia ain't gonna show me nothing.
Since you speak Arabic, what does it say?
I don't speak Arabic. I read it
why
bit by
are you going to
bit,
bring a source of Arabic?
What I've got here for you is enough to as evidence.
No,
bro.
You're not doing nothing.
But
Kwame,
you don't
what you got to say?
Can I flip my screen on?
Right here.
Will you read
which
it?
is a tattered book. The Sirat.
Can I flip my screen on? Will you read it?
Hey, who said that? You know the one, Ausar? You said the ancient Egyptians are black. What kind of black, man? Because I've seen a lot of black people.
Hey, Reggie, you ran, man.
Super black. You want me to share my screen
on that? Bro. Reggie,
no problem. I want to know what kind of black, bro.
Reggie, you ran,
brother
Ausar. And Ausar, you're
okay, because there's some super blacks in India, brother.
Yeah, some of y'all is black too. Remember, Taharka came to visit you in the stories. We know how you got over there too.
I remember that me and you had a discussion on that.
They called you the Untouchables, didn't they?
No.
Yeah, I know.
He was the invaders, bro. I was the invaders.
Nah, you be like,
hey, you see, don't need to get defensive, man.
I'm not
attacking you.
I'm trying to make sure you okay, brother. You sound like you got wind when I said it, yo. You all right?
No, I'm talking to you normally, man. Don't get
I'm talking to you normally
scared.
too. You all right?
Hey, brother.
Yeah, I'm all right, bro.
I'm
So
alright.
you want me to show you how they look, and we can see if they look
Listen,
like you and me.
Osar is a simple question, man.
And it's a
What kind of
simple
black?
answer. Did
If
you hear the
modern
answer?
science
Is the
say they
question.
if modern science
Hey,
say they
Osar, man,
African,
this is why you can't talk, man. I ask you a simple question, and you go on some flipping
I didn't get defensive.
Ages
You
of
the one
Empire.
running from
You
the
turn into
question.
this shit into Ages of Empire, bro.
You a runner.
All right, V, what's your question?
Okay, so Kalam,
Yo.
I want to
Alright,
show
man,
another
I-
source. I want to show another source. Can I show another source?
Yeah, definitely. And just to
Okay.
let you guys know, I want to wrap up the show very soon. I'm sure we've been on for over 2 hours. Let me just double check, actually. We've been on for... God damn, how do I tell the time now? I even know. I haven't been live streaming for so long. I even know how to do this. All right, but I know we've been... Oh, there it is. 2 hours and 39 minutes. God damn. All right, at the 3-hour mark, so we've got 20 more minutes left. We're going to be closing down the show.
I do
Let's save
4-hour
the gold
shows
and
and
let me
only
answer the
receive
other
like
question.
$20, $30. So you got to get up to the 4-hour. You got to get to the 4-hour mark, because I'll do a 4-hour show and only get $30. But anyway, I'm putting something up, and you deserve anything that you get. No. So
That's $7.50, $7.50 an hour.
That's it. That's just, hey, for
Yeah,
one.
but to answer your question,
right.
ain't gonna take
So
you
the
2
origins of the
That's
Akan,
too cheap, man.
origins of the Akan-speaking people of Ghana, story based on research into oral traditions documented in 1940s and 50s, right? So there's a plateau that lies uninhabited in the northern eastern part of Nigeria. On this plateau, the ruins of several ancient settlements are believed to be 1,000 years old. This is also, so they talk about cave art. So then they go down to talk about the three major ones was the Tebu. They were original settlers. They were from southern Libya, western Sudan, and Chad. They became the ancestors of the Ghanaians. The Libyan Berbers, the Saharan, the Gons, the Garamantes, they were artisans who specialized in metallurgy and textile production. The Gaya group, the Okoyo clan royal groups from this were the rulers of the Gaya Dam, right? State. Their totem was the falcon. They smelted fire, iron and copper, right? So basically what this does is goes back to the early elements of the emergence of what you call the Ghana Empire, right? The Akan, right? The Akans on the Niger Bend. The Akans refugees at their new settlement was Ghana. Prior to that, okay, so they come from different type of places, right? But they seem to come from North Africa, right? They come from North Africa, and they're an amalgamated group of people. The Tibus did not stay long on the Niger Bend. They came further south to settle in Jaban, Ganja area. They left the Gons and Gaya groups behind. In 1076, the Almorads overran the Gaya settlement. The Akan ancestors were forced to flee further south. So they were northwards. They did not want anything to do with Islam. They wanted their independence. So they're coming from the north groups. The Guyans headed directly south. Their first stop was an area occupied by Gushi-speaking Mo people. They were able to establish a federation with the Mo people. In the 13th century, the Maasai people, Yatanga, came to drive the Guyans and the Mo people away from the area. So if you don't understand that the Akan people were not even indigenous to the area, right? That means that you now I'm using a Ghanaian scholar, and so now you are going to have to uproot what I say based on a Ghanaian scholar. I don't want to hear you sounding like words or anything like that. The Akan people came from the north and connected with people from the south as they moved to the south to the areas in which they are. So I'm gonna stop sharing. I want to see your source, sir. I want to see some. I want to see your source. I don't want to see no word games, right? The Akans are not the center of the world. They are modern people. They're modern people, but they had connections with the north before they came to the south. If they had connections to the north, then they connected themselves. They had early connections with the Berber, with the Berber groups, and some of them was Judaized, right? Then you have this Islamic movement, right? So you're not in the center of the world. I've been to Senegal, Ghana. I've been to Cote d'Ivoire, and Ghana, or Akan people, right? I know about the gold weights, right? I know I know about some of the traditions, but this conversation is bigger than your particular ethnic group. And if you don't think that people don't migrate, trade, learn from each other, you on the wrong show. This is Titans TV, right? And Titans TV, we want sources, just like on my other channels, Sinetta Studios and House of Consciousness. You a baby, right? You a baby because you've been talking, and then when the sources, when people show the available sources, then you got something to say, but you're not showing any sources to counter. You just have these little points.
Jeez. Oh man. Reggie, fire. Okay, family tree. Again, remember, we've only got a few more minutes left of the show. Unfortunately, the brother Akan has dropped out. Asaim Car.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, 6 p.m. EST. There's something dropping. I think it's roughly around 11 p.m. GMT. You've got something dropping. Can you just let the people know?
Yeah, pick it up, $5. We ain't charging a whole lot, and I ain't even taking none of the $5. It's for my man Judah. He need it. He in Japan. He, the money tight over there, all right? Me versus Judah Natsara. It's going down. African, ancient Shamsu Heru versus ancient African Judaism. Science. Now, if he get on there talking about a bunch of ghosts like he probably is about to do, when I bring that science and I merge the two worlds together, y'all tell me if it fits together properly. That's all I'm saying. Can I share my screen, Brother Kalam, real quick to answer our brother?
Yep, definitely. Go ahead.
So our other brother was asking, he's saying, we from India because they got Hindu Kush over there. I'm like, yeah, we know Taharka and Shabaka went over there. We know that. But sometimes you have to be reminded of who went over there and gave you that guidance. So you see the brother right there on the screen. He said he from India. This is Amenhotep III. This is Tutankhamun's grandpapa and Akhenaten's daddy. And this is the one who told the Nehesi they couldn't come back.
That looks like a Somali to me, man. You don't look like
an African. That means it ain't from
Somali.
Hindustan, huh? That's
a Somali right there, man.
Okay,
you're claiming Somali history, man.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
You're not Somali, bro.
You're not Somali either. You Hindu.
That's a Somali.
I'm
Muslim.
You Hindu. Muslim ain't
I'm not claiming
nationality.
The thing is,
you Hindu.
I'm not claiming to be Kemet.
You got an afro like we do.
I'm not claiming to be something that I'm not.
Like
you are. You're claiming to be ancient Kemet when they look like Somalis.
Look at this.
Are you from Africa? They got Somali history. They're connected to the... Those guys were bullying you people.
On that brother right there.
Yeah, till this day they were putting they were running the slave industry on you, man. And then you're gonna claim them.
It's not
That's what I'm saying.
Culture. So now we're looking at the Ausar, and guess who made this particular statue? The Ptolemies made this.
How do you know it's Ausar? How do you know it's Ausar?
We know.
How do you pronounce Ausar?
His face and his beard.
How do you pronounce Ausar? Pronunciation. How do you pronounce Ausar?
You say it.
How do you pronounce it?
You say it.
How do you know it's that?
He don't know what
correct pronunciation.
So where do you fit in here?
Is it because of Champollion? Hold on. Hold on.
Where do you fit?
Listen, man. If you can't take me on right now,
I've just taken you on.
Okay, 1 minute. You know what it is? This man's
look at my face, y'all.
This man got a title shot coming up.
Look at my face.
I'm doing pad work with you.
My nose.
Hey, listen, Ausar.
Show your royal nose.
Yeah, you don't look like Asian Egyptian. That's not Asian Egyptian.
Right now.
I'm not claiming to be Asian Egyptian. I'm not claiming. I'm from Punjab.
You look just like the
I'm from Punjab.
That was the exact.
I'm not claiming to be Asian Egyptian. I'm not claiming to be Asian Egyptian. I'm not claiming to be something that I'm not.
Why are you worried about African?
Ausar, you got a fight coming up at 6 p.m. EST.
And it's easy work. Just like you, it's easy work. Let's look.
Yeah, and I'm giving you some pad work right now. I'm not trying to hurt you.
Is that a Hindustan? Is that Hindustan?
That's a Somali. That's not you. That don't look like you. That's a Somali.
It ain't you, and you ain't close to
Africa.
You somewhere else. You a Hindu. This is.
I'm not claiming to be. I'm not claiming to be African.
What you is, B?
Ausar, I'm not claiming to be something like that. Okay, let's get back to pronunciation. Okay, can you pronounce Ausar if it wasn't for Champollion?
Wait, we have the Coptics, we have the Greeks, and we have the Coptics and the Greeks. They use the word. How do you think we get Sharafin?
Pronunciation.
The vowels come
from brother Reggie.
So we know it's a
care
song.
if we are pronouncing it
Reggie.
exactly. What we care
Reggie.
about is their secondary.
Okay, let's talk about the hieroglyphs. Let's talk about the hieroglyphs.
Nah,
it's KMT, right?
Subjects. We need to see your face.
No. We on the same topic. It's the same topic. It's the same topic. It's the same topic. Ausar, don't start wobbling, man. Don't stop wobbling. Stop wobbling. Stop wobbling. Reggie, come here. Let me call Reggie here, man. Yo,
where your afro?
Ausar.
Where's your afro?
Ausar. I'm not claiming to be African. That's not me. That's you, man. I'm looking at you as a charlatan. I'm looking at you as a pretender. That's what I don't like. Listen. In my world, it's real and fake. There's 3 types: real, fake, and monafik. You are running like a monafik. That's what I'm saying. In your world, there's black, white, Greek, yellow. That shit too. You go by skin color. Skin color don't mean shit to me. Hey, when I'm dead, my skin color don't mean shit. Ausar, when you're dead, your skin color don't mean shit. Skin color don't mean shit, blood.
Yeah, but your hair.
Skin color don't mean shit. Hey, look at hey. The most famous black man. The most famous black man is Muhammad Ali. The most famous black man is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the most famous black man. Look at his grandson. He's a white kid. Black skin, it don't matter. White skin, black skin don't matter. In front of God, it don't matter. In front of Allah, it don't matter.
That's why.
All right, so I don't care about that shit. That's your paradigm.
I don't care about
but let me talk to.
Because you're a goofy and your Hinduism is racist. That's why y'all got a caste system.
Brother, don't you follow an Arab prophet?
Yeah. All right, no problem.
You're a bum.
Who's talking? Easy Bandz.
You still got.
Be honest with me, easy Bandz. That skin color matter. That skin color matter towards.
Oh, it mattered. It just mattered a second ago to you, but now you don't want to claim it, huh?
No, you it's only because you make it a big deal. It's only because you make it a big deal. It's only because you make it a big deal. And yes, I do follow an Arab prophet. And he said there is no difference between a red man and a black man and a black man and a red man other than piety. Piety is more important than skin color. Ausar, what's more important? What? Okay, but all right, no problem. What's more important, piety or skin color? What's more important, piety or skin color? Righteousness or skin color? Which was
Ma'at matters more than what you be.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, exactly. Say it again.
Ma'at's the woman. We don't. You worshiping a woman. Black.
No, Ma'at is signified as a female, but
it's a woman.
Is righteousness.
Exactly. We don't deal with that shit around here, black. I run my house. You get run. Your wife runs your house. Does your wife run your house, bro? Ma'at is running you. Come on, blood. That's some pussy shit. That's some pussy shit, blood.
All right.
That's some pussy shit.
Let's hold on there, man. Let's hold on there. This was a very funny and very interesting show. Okay. Normally, you all know I keep control of the whole show, yeah. Unless I want the drama, unless I want the controversy, unless I want some fire. And today it's been interesting, it's been interesting. We had our brother Akan on, coming from a Muslim Ghanaian, I believe, perspective, possibly Judaic perspective or something along those lines. We've also had Tonto come on from a Jewish by race, but agnostic by theological perspective. And who else have we had on so far? We've had, of course, Ausar M. Carr, who's got his debate later on. Is that on Sarnet's channel or on a separate channel? Ausar?
I think it's in the Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Reggie may know better than I do, but I believe it's in the debate Coliseum. Come over, you're going to get some real information over there tonight. We're going, man, Judah in trouble tonight. No, it's controlled. It's not like this craziness where you just coming over having a freestyle moment, but come through tonight, man. You're going to get some exciting stuff. You're going to see some stuff about Kemet you probably didn't know. Watching that Black African culture lead the world at the time that it did. And buckle up for $5. It's the best seat in the house, baby.
And if you can, after the show is finished, just post it in the comment section, the link for the show that you got coming up. And then I will pin it as well at the top. Yeah, and of course we've had Easy Bandz representing my Christians as well.
Already,
you already know. And then Vegeta or V representing the the Punjabi Muslim, and then Kwame, come on, G, I need to hear your voice, man. Let them know.
Peace, Kalam, peace.
Yeah.
I initially jumped on because I wanted to ask you about Islamic origin. I don't know if you was familiar with the with his theory with the Baghdad theory that Jews created Islam. I wanted to see if you could do a show critiquing it, because I know you probably wouldn't.
What do you mean by Jews
agree
create
with it.
the theory that Jews create Islam? Can you go in a bit more?
He has a channel. His previous channel was Sneakers Corner, but
Okay.
he has a new channel called Islamic Origin.
Okay.
He has a couple of lectures, like a series.
What's his name?
Called Iran Poison Arrows.
What's the presenter's name?
I forgot his name. I put the playlist in the back.
Okay, cool. There may be some validity to that itself. There may be some validity because there are sources pointing towards the early, I wouldn't say that Jews did create Islam. It's very, very, very far from that. But I would say that there is some validity with there being a Jewish presence inside of Islam. A prominent Jewish presence inside of nascent or early Islam in terms of the conquering of, the Holy Lands. There definitely was a Jewish presence there. Other groups in terms of history, Christians write about this Muhammad coming with 12,000 Israelites and taking over the city. So there may be some truth in that. I just need to listen to what the guy had to say to give you my own perspective on it.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Let me see, family. Let me just quickly look at the comment section. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say before we keep it moving? Because I'm about to log off. So
let me just say one last thing right quick, if you don't mind. Yeah, so these guys, with the whole debate that these guys had earlier, Brother Reggie, I wanted to ask him as well, with Akan. My perspective on that whole thing is that, if you look at African history, especially like Bantu speakers, they actually say that, we used to believe in a we had a monotheistic belief as well, right? And so this span for like 8,000, it goes back 8,000 years. We used to believe in a God, Almighty, Most High Creator, God named Nyambe. Some people called him Nyambe, some people call him Mulungu. And if you research that name, basically, it gives you a whole background on the God, and it shows you that the name goes back 8,000 years. So my thing is that, we already had this belief. We believe that he created everything. And then because of human sinning, he decided to leave creation. And basically humans were left with like lower gods and stuff like that, who were still interacting with creation. And so when they bumped into this new religion, the Abrahamic faith, it wasn't that far-fetched from them. It's basically hearing the same thing, right? Because if you look at the God in the Bible, it's the same thing. He creates the earth. And, there's the whole Noah's Ark thing. And he kind of, after that, detaches himself, right? And so it's basically the same background. That's just, my 2 cents I wanted to put in there. That's why you might see some similarities in African traditions with Abrahamic faiths.
All right. Splendid. All right, Jonah, I see you. He says that you're looking to come on another live. Yeah, I look forward to that itself. Family, there will be a few of us here behind the scenes as soon as we come off. So feel free to join the off-air conversations. But right now, I'm signing out, and I'll catch you guys on another one. Peace and love. Amen.